Join Cardinal Luis Antonio Tagle as he delivers to us the preachings of the Sunday's Gospel that's awe-inspiring yet easy to understand and appreciate. Let us all listen to the Word of God here on The Word Exposed on Air, only on Radyo-Katipunan 87.9 FM. Radyo-Katipunan 87.9 FM. Rejoice, refresh, renew, and reflect. Join us for an hour of music that uplifts the soul. Listen to your favorite Jesuit music ministry artists. This is JMM Radio. Get your day's dose of inspirational music. Tune in to JMM Radio every Wednesday from 1 to 2 p.m. Only here on Radyo-Katipunan 87.9 FM. Tara na't simulan ng inyong umaga sa mga magagandang refleksyon tungkol sa ating buhay at pananampalataya. Kasama sina Cardinal Luis Antonio Tagle ng Manila, Father J. Boy Gonzales at Father Nono Alfonso ng Kapisanan ni Jesus, Father Cali Llamado ng Manila Cathedral, at Binibining Risa Singson Kaupeng ng Light of Jesus Community dito sa Kapit Pandasal sa Radyo Katipunan 87.9 FM.
Live in all caps. Ito po si Jenny Robredo sumusuporta sa ating minamahal na multi-awarded multimedia guru Noel Ferrer sa kanyang pagle-level up. Kaya Ateneo, level up! Level up!
Happy victorious 3rd anniversary Radyo Katipunan, and congratulations to my very good friend Noel Ferrer of Level Up for all awards you have been receiving. It's such a great honor and privilege na mag-guest po sa inyong show last year. It was so much fun doing that interview considering that I was still grieving the loss of my mom and my beloved sister. It's really nice to talk to my good friend, kapatid na Noel. It's always a pleasure. Please take care of yourself and stay safe and healthy. Sa kahit na ano pong gagawin natin, kailangan po tayong mag-level up. Again, thank you very much. Thank you for your service, and God bless you more and more.
Happy 3rd anniversary sa Radyo Katipunan at syempre, congratulations din kay Sir Noel ng Level Up. Thank you for always sharing the message of hope during these uncertain times, and I pray that you will always be a source of inspiration for your community. Once again, congratulations and happy 3rd anniversary.
Voice of the Blue Eagle, Radyo Katipunan 87.9.
Hello! Ako po si Joey De Leon at ako po ay bumabati sa Radyo Katipunan sa kanilang anibersaryo. Kung nabubuhay lang si Bonifacio, tiyak sasabihin niya, "So good, mga kapatid! So good!" Lalo na ang palatuntunan ni Noel na level up. In English, level up. In Tagalog, kataas-taasang Radyo Katipunan. Congratulations! Tandaan nyo, ang Radyo Katipunan, lalo na ang level up ni Noel. So good, mga kapatid.
The Voice of the Blue Eagle, Radyo Katipunan 87.9.
Sa Radyo Katipunan, happy 3rd anniversary po sa inyo. Thank you for connecting us with one another during these difficult times. At pati kay Sir Noel ng Level Up, congratulations din po sa inyo. Thank you for bringing to us stories of inspiration and stories of excellence. Ako po si Vico Soto na nagsasabing basta't sama-sama tayo, patuloy na umaagos ang pag-asa at patuloy tayong mag-level up.
The Voice of the Blue Eagle, Radyo Katipunan 87.9.
Congratulations for the 3rd year anniversary of Level Up, and congratulations, Noel, for all the awards and recognition you've been receiving for you and your program. And syempre, I'd like to thank you and to congratulate you for having the virtue of always speaking the truth and always standing for what is right and what is good. So again, congratulations at sana matagal na matagal pang yung programa at ang iyong kontribusyon sa ating industriya. Again, congratulations!
Hi Noel, my friend. Congratulations on the success of your online show, Level Up. 3 years old na and it continues to reap awards. So friend, continue to serve our people, our industry, and our country. And bilang kaibigan, kung may maitutulong ako, friend, I will always be here, okay? Just a text away. So please keep up the excellent work. Pareho tayo ng advokasya pagdating sa bakuna. Meron lamang kong gustong ibigay na mensahe para sa ating mga kababayan. Okay? Mga kababayan, magpabakuna na po tayong lahat. Ang vaccine po ay para po sa ating kaligtasan at hindi po ito dapat katakutan. Ililigtas po tayo nito sa pandemyang COVID-19. Kaya huwag na po tayong mag-atubili na magpabakuna. Do it for yourself, for your family, for your community, and for our country. Kaya magparehistro na po kayo at siguraduhin po na magpabakuna. Malalagpasan din po natin ang pagsubok na ito. This is Congresswoman Ate V, and may God bless us all. Salamat po.
Radyo Katipunan, 87.9 FM.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please?
If it's entertainment you crave,
catch us on New Wave.
Surfing through the latest on our shores.
Every Wednesday from 5 to 6 p.m.
See you there.
Follow at Radyo Katipunan in our social media accounts on Facebook, Instagram, and on Twitter. All caps, mga Atenista! It's time to level up! Your top variety program showcasing the best in media and other fields. As we feature the most loved personalities and the best practices of what we truly refer to as Magis. Together with multi-awarded multimedia guru Mr. Noel Ferrer, let's all level up every Fridays from 3 to 6 p.m. here on Radyo Katipunan, 87.9 FM. Good morning, Ateneo. Start your day right with your morning wake-up call. Good morning, Ateneo. Energize your day with the lively, funny, and lovely tandem of Mir de los Santos and Tats Kidlat. Catch the latest news and stories around the campus. Good morning, Ateneo. Your daily dose of radio chikahan, tawanan, kantahan, and kwentuhan. Every morning from 9 to 10 a.m. Tuesdays to Fridays. Good morning, Ateneo. Your mornings will never be the same again.
Radyo, 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 Katipunan, radyo, Katipunan, radyo, Katipunan, radyo, 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 Katipunan, radyo, Katipunan. Voice of the Eagle kami, di mapipigil sa pagbabalitang tumpa at tama. Buhay Atenista, sa loob sa labas ng eskwela, ating ibibida lahat ng eskwela. Radyo, radyo, Katipunan, radyo, Katipunan, radyo, Katipunan, radyo, Katipunan.
mga Atinista, it's time to level up! Your talk variety program showcasing the best in media and other fields. As we feature the most loved personalities and the best practices of what we truly refer to as Magis. Together with multi-awarded multimedia guru Mr. Noel Ferrer, let's all level up every Fridays from 3 to 6 p.m. here on radyo-katipunan 87.9 FM.
Okay, all good, all ready, and all the best today on Level Up. I can safely say that, yes, we have the best. While we have our excellent family members all over the globe, later, first up, I'm really lucky to have two of the best young actors in the country today. Stress on young. But okay, ang maganda sa kanila, dynamic, young, fresh. But at the same time, I guess I see a certain kind of the thirst for more learning. And I'm really fortunate to have the new breed's best, and they're here now. They can open their camera now, and I'm lucky to have award-winning actors and actor and actress na I guess they're the best of their generation. We have Charlie Dizon and Elijah Canlas. Charlie and Elijah yan. Elijah's there already. Si Charlie siguro, yan, nandiyan na. Hello. Ayun, yay! How are you? Kumusta? Nasa pa siya. Anyway, kumusta kayo? This is downtime for you? Is this downtime for you in between assignments? I am catching you at what point in your life, in your career? Kasi parang during the pandemic, kayo yung pandemic superstars. Yun yung tawag sa inyo. How does it feel to be the pandemic superstars? Iba yung paraan. Di ba? Iba yung paraan ng pag-consume, pagkilala sa inyo ng mga tao. Ikaw muna, sino muna? Age before beauty or paano ba yun? Elijah, sige na. You came in first. Sige. Yun. How does it feel being regarded as a pandemic superstar?
Parang may stain lang po doon, no? Like I appreciate everything, pero the fact na nangyari siya sa isang pandemic na maraming pinagdadaanan ng maraming tao, like, I mean, that's the stain in it. But of course, I'm grateful for everything, all the opportunities, all the recognition.
That's true.
I mean, just making the most out of it.
Tsaka di ba nakatutok yung mga tao. So parang okay, parang
yes.
Wala kayong choice, papanoorin nyo kami at gagalingan namin. Yun talagang yun. Pero it's not as if, sabi nga, tama yun, no? It's not as if you came in during the pandemic only. You were there the whole time and you really toiled. At ayun, alam kong pinaghirapan niyo kung ano yung meron kayo ngayon. Of course, lalo na tong taong to. April ang tawag sa'yo ng malalapit sa'yo. Pero Charlie, go. How are you? I'm catching you at what? In between taping time, nasang posisyon ka ngayon ng career mo at ng buhay mo?
Ngayon po, nag-aantay kami for our lock-in sa teleserye po namin na Valdes.
Yes. Habang meron kang series sa I Want, yun that you're promoting, no? From fangirl, you're the sunset girl, di ba? Yes. So, in between tapings na pagkatapos ng ng series, mini-series ng I Want TV, eto naman, magkakaroon ka na ng teleserye mo mismo. So, Kilol, let us be over and done with. So, every when yung sunset girl?
Yes, ang may sunset girl po, every Wednesday po yan, 8 p.m. I Want TFC. So, a total of 6 episodes po yun. And for Philippines po, free po yung rate. And sa ibang bansa naman po, premium rate po.
Yun. And while our friend here, Elijah, yun na, hinihintay na natin yung pelikula. So, this has been your preoccupation for the longest time. And during the pandemic, that sustained you. And I guess, well, pontifically, we say it's the best BL story we were able to see during this whole pandemic. You're preparing for the movie, the release of the movie. It's done. And it's when again?
It starts streaming on July 30.
Yes.
ATX and Ticket to Me. And everyone, I'm excited to see it. I haven't seen any of it, kaya I just want to see it na. Pero I think we're releasing a clip from the movie tonight.
Yeah.
I don't know what clip it is, pero nakaka-excite lang. Makita na lahat ng tao. And ako din, excited ako makita siya myself.
Iba yung consumption, no? Iba na yung, well, dati kasi, di ba, may premiere night, di ba, yung even yung mga lock-in tapings, and we'll talk about that later. Pero, yung content, parang ang feeling ko nga, parang, ay, hindi naiiba. Kaya nga ako, I take pride in what you're doing because parang yung ginawa nyo, kakaiba yung content dun sa ibang napapanood. Yun, di ba parang ako, like for example, Game Boys, siguro kaya siya na iba dahil while you see all the other stuff na oblivious, no, walang parang deadma sa pandemic. Kayo talaga, you tackled the pandemic issue. So, ako, it's refreshing but it was hard to do.
Very hard. I mean, dito lang po kami sa house nag-shoot. We were using our phones nga. And, may pandemic. Kaya yung restrictions noon na kami nagsiset up ng lahat. Tapos papadala na lang yung mga malalaking crates. Tapos utusan na lang kami through Zoom kung paano ayusin yung setup. I mean, sobrang hard, difficult ng process na yun.
Pero natuto ka rin, no? Parang multitasker lahat ng mga tao.
Opo, yeah.
So, samantalang itong isang taong to, you're doing a soap now na viral. And parang ngayon, everyone's online. And parang ako, hindi niya pa rin dinededma yung katotohanan na, iba yung online. Iba yung consumption online. Charlie, ito, well, of course, napanood natin yung Fangirl even before it hit sa Metro Manila Film Fest, no? Pero, iba pa rin kala natin, big screen, wide screen, di ba?
Natin talaga, sir.
Kumusta yung experience na parang, online siya pinalabas?
Opo. Actually, nung una, medyo nakakalungkot talaga na ipapalabas kami through online kasi medyo in-expect ko din na sa big screen ko siya makikita. Pero sobrang grateful ko po na tinangkilik pa rin siya kahit online. As in, actually nakatulong nga din po yun kasi mouth talaga for Fangirl. Kaya sabi ko, sobrang okay din na sinali talaga sa Metro Manila Film Fest. Yung nasali kami and yun po, nakakuha kami ng recognition kahit online lang po.
At saka kayo yung mga Netflix stars. yung ganun eventually, lumawak, hindi lang Pilipinas, pero nakakamiss yung sinehan. Nami-miss nyo ba?
As in, sayang gusto ko talaga ma-experience sana yung premiere night, yung magre-red carpet. Sobrang yun yung inimagine na mangyari. Tapos, okay din, sana po makabalik tayo.
Ano yung kaibahan? Ano kaibahan ng the whole theater experience? Elijah, ikaw, yung pinagagawa nyo sa screen, lalo na siguro now with cinema, no? Pumunta pa kayo sa isang napakagandang lugar. And you would want it on a big screen. Di ba?
I mean, syempre yun po yung fulfilling part. Ako, hindi ako mahilig panoorin sa sarili ko. Pero kapag premiere night, yung energy ng mga tao, yung energy ng audience, tapos yung makikita mo yung pinaghirapan ng lahat ng tao sa malaking screen. Actually, like, yung first experience ko to buy streaming na for a full length, kasi I watched Cinemalaya last year, yung Vimeo.
Yes, Vimeo,
but my first time to watch na I bought a ticket was for Fangirl.
Ayan na.
Ang isip ko lang was like, ang ganda nito kung sa sinehan talaga to pinalabas. And kung pinapanood mo to with all the other people, kung maririnig mo yung reactions ng mga tao. Grabe, like, pero sobrang worth it pa rin. Super worth it.
At nakakagalit, di ba? Parang in the end, it is us watching the claustrophobic relationship of yun na nga, si Charlie tsaka si Paolo. Yung tipong, di ba, napaka-tight ng mga shot. Uy, sila lang ba talaga yun? Parang, you're drawn to each other's character. At kayo rin, kunwari, Elijah, kayo ni Kokoy, no? Parang you've built a fan base with that, na tipong, okay lang ba magkikita yung dalawa sa malayang mundo? Parang ganun yung gusto nating makita. And sana nga talaga, theaters would be back. I hope, sabi nila, August. And sinasabi ko nga sa mga producers nyo, kung merong ibang cut, pagdating sa malaking sinehan, kung may alternative ending, di ba maganda sana para... But yun, and ang nakakamiss talaga when people talk about your films or your outputs, yung parang pagkatapos ng sinehan. Kasi pag online, yun yung nakakamiss, di ba? That's true. But well, talking about after, parang mamaya yun, but let's talk about before. Did you ever envision this kind of life that you have now? Charlie, I know we've prayed for this. We've prayed hard for this. I mean, parang grabe yung pinagdaanan mo papunta dito, and now that you have it, kitang-kita naman na pinangahawakan mo at ayaw mong makawala. I think yun yung pareho kayong dalawa. Kaya nga parang ang maganda sa inyo, you never stop learning. So Charlie, ikaw, parang hindi pwedeng makawala. In every move now, ini-enjoy mo, pati pagsasayaw mo sa ASAP, di ba?
Hindi kasi, ako, sobra, Sir Noel, alam niyo po yun na matagal ko na talagang gusto mag-artista. And alam ko matagal na din po ako nagtatry talaga. Parang gusto ko lang makita, or magkaroon ng moment na papakita talaga na kaya ko po ganyan. Pero, ayun, ngayon na nabigay siya, sobrang natatakot ako mawala. Kaya, totoo po na kada work ko, sabi niyo nga po kahit sa ASAP, binibigay ko talaga. Kasi,
lahat ng kembat at styling, ha? Talaga yung styling, pinag-aaksayahan mo talaga yung susuot. At, hindi ka ma-fault doon. Kasi tell the people, ano yung pinagdaanan mo? Yung tipong, it wasn't an easy start, no? Question pala, did you start with Channel 7 also?
hindi po, sa
ABS ka talaga all throughout. You never had the Channel 7 product or engagement. Kasi yun, may nako-confuse na, ito nang dumaan din yan sa auditions and all. Pero you auditioned sa ABS na diretso. Okay. So it's that. And it's at naghintay ka rin ng matagal, no? So it's that. Did you have, ano yung learning doon? Did you have to change your name or change your attitude? Ano yung kailangan doon?
Hindi, Sir Noel, siguro po nung time na yun, pag iniisip ko din, looking back, siguro masyado po akong kabado talaga noon. Parang na-enjoy yung moment talaga. Sa sobrang kaba ko lang, sa sobrang pressure. Tapos parang isip ko din talaga, ngayon ko lang po naiintindihan yung mga ganitong bagay na siguro nung time na yun, dahil hindi ko rin sure yung gusto ko, yung universe ay ibigay. So, ngayon na alam na ng universe na kaya ko, ready na ako, baka kaya ngayon niya binigay ko yung moment.
Tama, no? Parang yung tamang moment at saka yung tamang frame of mind na. Kasi kung hindi siguro nalunod ka dun sa success kung binigay sa'yo agad. Elijah is also, it also wasn't an easy start. You also started, nag-theater ka, di ba? Well, you went through all these forms of art. But when was that moment when you said, ito yung career ko?
Siguro last year lang.
Last year na?
Hindi po parang, I was never sure. Parang kasi alam mo naman sa pagiging actor, wala talagang security sa job.
That's true.
So parang, I quit doing it. Like sabi ko, I don't want to do it. I just want to be a filmmaker. I just want to be in this industry, to be honest.
Yeah.
I just want to keep telling stories. Tapos noong 2018, I think.
Yeah.
Pero early 2018 pa.
2018
I wasn't acting pa. Panood ko yung gusto kita with all my hypothalamus ni Jane Baltazar. And sabi ko, grabe, gusto ko umarte ulit. So yun, pinush ko ng pinush. Tapos, it all worked out. Thank God.
Ang galing. So, you saw yourself in an output. Oo, tama yun eh. May vicarious kang participation na, gusto kong maging ganon, sana ma-achieve mo. But, hindi ka kampante. Because some people just rest on what they have, no? Ano pa pinagbutihan? Did you take lessons? And did you consult people?
Nung high school po kasi ako, since I studied nga sa Philippine High School for the Arts, that was 4 years of studying all the acting methods.
Okay.
All of that. Sa theater. Tapos paano mo matatranspose yung technique na yun into film. Tapos parang, I was trying to do that, pero wala naman opportunity to do that. Kasi the roles I was getting was 20-minute roles in films, ganyan, tapos mga best friend or something like that. So, hirap mapakita yung pinag-aralan mo or yung process na gusto mong ipakita. Tapos nabigyan nga ng break with the Idea First Company, which I'm grateful for. And I'm just trying to make the most out of it talaga.
Galing. Pareho kayo ni Charlie. Charlie, ikaw din, di ba? Parang you went through all the auditions and you went through all the roles. Yun nga, kaibigan, best friend, at yun nga, or some kontrabida na parang third wheel na ang layo, no? So, ano yung learning doon? If you can tell the people na kailangan maghintay.
Ako po, Sir Noel, siguro kada project kasi may learning experience talaga ako. For yung first ko na movie with Star Cinema po, yung kasama ko, Don Lloyd and Sarah Geronimo po. Tapos, yung role ko doon, walang lines. As in, wala talagang speaking line.
Anong pelikula doon? Yung pangatlo na?
Po, yung latest po nila.
Yung last sila. Okay.
Tapos, ako, ang take-away ko po doon, natutuwa ko na may blocking, ito pala yung camera, kasi wala po talaga akong alam at all. So, take away ko noon yung babati sa seniors, ganyan, yung
Yes.
yun po. Tapos, sabi ko, kung di ko natutunan yun, pagdating ko ng 7 Sundays kay Direk Cathy, I'm sure sisigawan ako araw-araw ni Direk Cathy. So, buti na lang na-experience ko po yung experience ng set sa Finally Found Someone. And then, pagdating kay Direk Cathy, yun yung may lines na ako. Tapos, siguro ang takeaway ko naman po doon, si Direk Cathy, sobrang denied niya po ako sa character ko noon. Wala pa po ako, like, hindi ko po alam paano umarte talaga noon. Tapos si Cathy, sobrang denied niya po ako. Then, after nun, nagbagani po. Yung bagani naman po, sobrang na-challenge ako dahil grabe rin yung character. First time ko po na character role, yung hindi normal na tao. Yung sa teleserye ko po kasi yun. Tapos parang pirata ako agad. Tapos parang mabutit ka agad yung character, ganon. So, nung time na yun, hindi ko pa rin siya masyado ma-analyze na kaya pala. Kasi character role nga po. Tapos yun yung lesson ko doon. And of course, may mga pinagdaanan po ako nung bagani. Parang, nabash talaga. So, ibang level naman din ng lesson po yun. As in, parang doon ko rin natutunan na ganito. Yung feeling pag nabash, paano yung process ko, paano ko tatanggapin, paano ako mag-move on, ganun po. So, hindi ko naranasan din lahat yun. Siguro hindi po ako ganito katibay ngayon as tao.
Iba, no? Iba talaga. And then parang tuloy-tuloy lang, pero dinatnan ka rin ng inip, pero kailangan lang magpatuloy. Di ba? Yun.
Well, for me, yung inip na yun, after bagani po kasi 9 months ako walang trabaho, yun po, nagparamdam sa akin ng gutom talaga na gusto ko magtrabaho. As in, kaya po ako nakapag-audition sa Fangirl nun. Kasi wala akong ginagawa. Kaya sabi ko, kailangan kong magtrabaho. Wala akong alam about Fangirl. So, gusto ko lang mag-audition po. Tapos, ayun, hanggang
inampon namin siya ni Isa bilang pamilya. Well, ngayon mo sinabi na nasa I Finally Found Someone, truth be told, Isa was supposed to be there. Did you know? Siya dapat yung role ni Isabel Daza. Nung papasok siya ng ABS, si Isabel Daza yung nagkissing sina sila ni John Lloyd nakunan na. Pero yun. Pero ang nangyari doon, parang, sabi ni Inang, hindi na, alisin ka namin doon sa John Lloyd Sara, lalagay ka namin sa, yung kay Tony Gonzaga. Yun, starting over again with Piolo. So, si Isabel Daza got the role. So, sayang, hindi tayo nakita noon, no? And then finally, we saw you sa Cinemalaya, and then you had the time to audition sa Fangirl through, yun nga, Antonetta Downe. So, and that changed everything. Ito, were people nice? So, meron kang bang experience, and I'll ask you that, Elijah, later. Meron ka talagang mga taong makikilala na blessing sa'yo, no? Pero sino yung nagtatak sa'yo na parang na-challenge ka kasi hindi masyadong mabait? Yung tipong merong ganon parang paano mo hinarap yung mga ganon when you were starting? Yung mga ganong rejection, yung mga ganong parinig. And I would like people to learn from that kasi yun
Siguro, Sir Noel, pag gano'n, nakaka-hurt yon yung feeling na wala agad tiwala sa akin. Ganyan. Pero, pag gano'n po kasi mas na-challenge ako na ipakita na kaya ko, deserving ako dito sa role ko or kung ano man. So, pero, never po talaga akong yung nagpakita ng sama ng loob sa tao. Kasi na, hindi ko mapiplease talaga lahat. Pero gagawin ko yung best ko talaga para makita mo na ginagawa ko. Parang ganun po.
Maganda yan. Kasi si Elijah, naranasan niyang nag-sorry sa kanya yung director na nag-reject sa kanya sa auditions. Di ba? Si Jun Lana at si Percy nagsasorry na, sorry, hindi ka pinansin the first time you audition. Can you tell the people that? In a capsule lang, Elijah. Tapos na-realize nila, ikaw pala yung tamang tao dun sa role na yon. How did that feel?
And then yung first, yung Kalel 15 po kasi, it used to be a film na ama namin yung title. 2014, they held auditions. Audition ako. Tapos wala na akong balita. Tapos like 4 years later, Direct Jun was like, may pelikula ako, I think it's perfect for you. Tapos binigay niya yung script, sabi ko, Direct, I know this. Sabi ko, I auditioned for this. Sabi niya talaga, hindi ka namin matanda. Grabe yun.
May ganun talaga, no? And then, timing talaga.
Timing. Like, word for it, like timing. Kasi ako, I'm very hard on myself. Tapos yun nga, nag-quit na ako, like ayaw ko na umarte ever. Tapos, yun, dumating yung idea first and mga taong naniwala sa akin, which I'm really blessed to have.
Ang galing. Kasi, you had that in you to like make a mark in the business. Kasi kung dadaan ka rin lang, parang hanap ka na lang kung saan mo mapapatunayan yung sarili mo. No? So, for you, the defining time was, Elijah, was Kalel and Idea First, no? Was that it? Yes. So, Charlie, ikaw, when was the defining time na, actress ako, I'll stay here?
Fangirl na po talaga.
Fangirl, yeah. Yeah.
Kasi nung pandaan ko sa hukay, dun ko naramdaman yung passion ko na
That's true.
I mean, dun po ako nagising talaga na ganito yung mundo talaga ng actress. Hindi showbiz to eh. Iba po talaga nung sa pandaan ko sa hukay. Parang dun ko po naramdaman yung nagtutulungan lahat, passionate lahat, magkaka-level yung level of passion, parang ganun po.
Totoo.
Doon ko naramdaman yung gusto ko umarte talaga ng totoo. Pero nung time po kasi na yun, medyo hindi pa ako sure din saan ko go. Like, nung fangirl po kasi talaga, feeling ko doon ko halos natutunan lahat kasi may acting coach din po ako noon. So, para doon ko lang din po na-realize yung mga process na nagagamit ko pala sa hindi, yung mga ganun. Na sana nalaman ko before pa, para na-apply ko na po dati pa.
Okay
Pero,
lang.
sobrang thankful ko po talaga na nangyari din yun. At least may learning experience din ako. And yung masasabi kong, natututo pa rin ako every project.
Ang ganda nga kasi pareho kayong galing sa mga indie films at doon nyo naramdaman na parang hindi yung rangya ng talent fee, kung hindi doon sa kalidad ng material. Although you'd feel sana you were given the good treatment. Meron namang good treatment pero yung tipo bang may comfort man lang. Pero dahil naranasan nyo yan, when you finally experience, hindi naman ginhawang walang wawa, no? Yung nararanasan nyo ngayon, parang mas may meaning. But hadn't you been an actor? Kung hindi ka artista, saan kayo ngayon? Where could you have been, Elijah?
Astronaut.
Ngayon may COVID, no? Mas safe ka doon.
Ako po, I think, parang general po kasi yung passion ko, it's just like really storytelling.
That's
so wherever na I could tell stories, keep telling stories, dun ako, may it be in music or directing or writing, whatever, dun ako. Pero like,
that's a logical progression. Nice asking him kanina eh. Siguro after mo maging actor, magiging director ka at yun, creator talaga. Storyteller talaga.
Yes. Hindi lang vlogger. Wag lang vlogger.
Hello guys. Hi guys.
Hi guys. Guys.
Kasi na-arte mo na sa pelikula, sa series eh. So okay na yan. Done with that. Charlie, ikaw, ano ba yung alternative career?
Nung bata po ako, ang showbiz answer ko talaga pag tinatanong ako, gusto ko maging doktor. So, gusto ko po talaga mag-derma dati. As in, nag-first college pa ako na nursing, gano'n. Until naligaw po ako at napunta ako sa showbiz talaga. So, nung nag-showbiz na po ako, nag-human resource management po ako.
So may gano'n. Okay.
Ako na human resource management. So, probably kung hindi po ako natuloy sa showbiz, baka nasa office po ako.
Okay. Maganda rin naman na may ganong backup, no? Pero now we talk about relevance of your craft of acting now. Ano yung saysay ng pagiging artista ngayong pandemic? Hindi ba parang ganun, parang people are asking, no, after saying na non-essential yung industry natin, no, we try to make it essential to people. We accompany them in their parang paghihirap through what you do, no? Pero how do you make sense dun sa pagiging artista nyo ngayong panahong ito? Sorry, Elijah, I have to ask you first.
Yeah. Ako po kasi like ever since back then, acting is really just therapy to me. Parang
That's true.
It's for me. It's not for anybody else. It's just for me.
That's
Dahil
true.
hindi ako komportable sa sarili ko and I like being other characters. Pero when we did Game Boys, at the height of the pandemic, ang daming nagte-text. Until now, like I get messages or texts from people from different countries or whatever. Tapos sabihin nila that, Game Boy saved their lives sa pandemic, like saved them from depression and anxiety or whatever. So, nabibigyan ka ng different kind of purpose na
Correct.
like, mas lumalagpas pa sa sarili mo. And
Correct.
mas nakaka-inspire yun, mas nakaka-challenge na pagbutihin and pagpatuloy kung ano yung ginagawa namin.
Galing, no? Parang it's not just about you. It's how, paano ka tumatawid sa mga taong nagko-consume ng produkto, nung ginagawa mo. Charlie, ikaw, ngayon, at this time, ngayong pandemic, parang it's very important to see outputs from your idols. So, yun eh. So, ikaw mismo, yung sense of fulfillment mo as an actress, nandun din ba kahit pandemya?
Oo
Kahit may pay cut ka? Kahit may pay cut ka. Oo, di ba?
Ako, more than that, ang iniisip ko din po talaga, hindi lang naman din po kami yung nagtatrabaho sa set, madami din po kami kasama. Sobrang iniisip ko din talaga na sana mabuhay po ulit yung industriya natin. Kaya, more than the pay cut po, ito yun eh, tulungan po talaga na mabuhay ulit yung industriya. And siguro, tama po yung sinabi ni Elijah na you get to play roles na hindi
ikaw, yes.
So, ako, for me, yun yung special po sa pag-aartista, sa pagiging actor. Nakaka-portray ka ng roles na makaka-relate yung tao na feeling nila may ganun din silang pinagdadaanan. And through that, na hindi nila mag-feel na mag-isa sila na ganun. So, ako, yun po yung importance din sa akin ng pag-arte. And totoo po yung tulong din sa talaga sa mental health. Kasi, not everyday makakaiyak ka naman ng normal sa friends mo. Not everyday magagalit ka, malalabas mo yung kontrabida mo. And through those roles talaga, malalabas mo yun. And feeling ko kailangan din po yun ng tao talaga, yung outlet na gano'n. Kaya for me,
ang tanong ng mga tao, best actress ka, parang natural ka dun sa fangirl. But what part of it is you and ano yung hindi ikaw dun sa fangirl sa totoong buhay? So, napanood ni Elijah, so he can like tell you. No? So, ano yung parallel nun sa sarili mo sa totoong buhay at ano yung hindi?
Siguro yung broken family ko, hindi po naman broken yung family ko. So, ako masyadong makarelate doon. Pero yung pagka-fan, totoo po yun, yung amazement ko sa pag-artista nung bata ako.
Okay.
Yun po yung binalik ko talaga, lalo yung nagmo-mall show, tapos
Okay.
Kasi ang daming nagtataka doon na parang paano ko daw na arte yun, yung gano'n. Nakikita po talaga yung sarili ko na nagpupunta ako mall show ni Richard Gutierrez noon. So,
so sinabi mo talaga na Richard Gutierrez. Okay.
Parang, naalala ko po kasi siya lang yung napanood ko na nag-mall show malapit sa amin. So, yun, naalala ko po yung moment na yun na naggaganon ako. Pero grade 4 lang po ako nun. Tapos, siguro, ano pa po ba yung mga na-relate ko doon?
Ako yung maganda yung pag-delineate mo kung ano yung totoo, yung for real at saka yung hindi totoo. Yun, madali kang makadistinguish nun ngayon or sa totoong buhay or nabubulag ka pa rin nung ganon sa estado mo ngayon. Oo.
Hindi na po ngayon siguro, pero siguro nung kung ganong edad po talaga ako, malilito-lito pa ako talaga, lalo na kung idol mo talaga yung tao. Sobrang malilito ka sa konting actions na sweet. Baka madala talaga yung magpipigil. Pero siguro ngayon po kasi mas logical na po siguro ako mag-isip.
Oo. At alam mo kung anong prosthetics at hindi. Ayun. Tumawa na lang tayo doon. Pero Elijah, ikaw, you've seen Fangirl, no? Can you assess lang what you saw in Charlie? Grabe yung pagkaro.
Yes, amazing performance. Very, very amazing performance. Grabe. Wala akong masasabi. Sobrang like, while watching it, like, grabe, ang galing nung dalawa. Like, ang tapang nila both.
Ang tapang nila. Yun eh. It's breaking the stereotype. Pero actually, when we saw the preview, sabi ko, gumanti ka pa. Sabi ko, actually, may recommendation there. At alam mo yan, Charlie. Sunugin yung buong tenement. Sunugin yung parang ganun. Kasi si Ate Guy, di ba, yun sa Bona, as in, niya, sinunog, parang in-scald niya si Philip Salvador. Ikaw pa, well, you got one over her kasi over Paolo, pero pwede kasing indictment of the whole system. Pero ang galing mo doon talaga. Elijah, napapanood mo si Elijah sa Game Boys? Ako naman
Game Boys, yung Kalel yung di ko pa po nakikita, sayang.
Nasa Netflix. Pareho naman
sa Netflix. Game Boys.
Ayun na. No, ayun na.
Talaga?
I want to process.
Oo, yung Ellie, yung nakita ko lalo.
O ano masasabi mo kay Elijah doon, Charlie?
Sobrang natural din ni Elijah po. Like, yung
Oo.
IT Elijah yung nangangausap kasi talaga. As in,
Oo.
wala siya umarte. And yak ang feeling ko naman. Pero hindi talaga naisip ko lang talaga na ang galing nga ni Elijah. Sobrang natural.
Hindi, and the naivete, pareho kayo. Yung tipong alam mo namang merong alam to sa buhay, pero naiaarte nila na hindi. Yung tipong gano'n, yung pakipot, kasi pareho naman
Wala
kayo.
po akong alam. Wala akong alam.
O yan, umaarte ka na naman. No, but the thing here is, I'm surprised, Elijah, because yun, when we refer to Game Boys, you know it's a fan thing. Na parang it's a fan material. Pero Kalel, you knew it was art. Ganun, kaya nung tinabi mo kay Charlie, Game Boys ang pinanood mo, no? Pero
interesting.
Oh, yun. Pero Elijah, ikaw, what of your character in Game Boys did you like identify with? Because it was acting, and
you know what, like siya po yung pinakamahirap na character na ginawa ko kasi ang layo talaga ng personality. I guess. Sobrang layo. I guess parati ko sagot dyan, similarities namin dalawa. Hilig kami sa junk food. Hindi kami
yun na lang.
Yun na yun. Hanggang dun na yun.
Pero ang galing, no? Parang ayun, parang napapaniwala nila tayo. Pero it was brave. Both of you, parang umalis talaga sa comfort zone nyo. Pero how did you do it? Parang ako, nag-beer ba or uminom ba kayo bago yung ginagawa yung mga roles? No, some people, in losing themselves, diba, and making another character enter, parang sinapian, anong preparasyon?
Ako po, Sir Noel, siguro umeffect sa akin yung preparation nila Directonet na binibigla ako. Kasi feeling ko kung ako nabigla din, baka nag-overthink ako, yung baka
correct.
ako gawin yun. Pero kung binigla nila ako, and ako naman may initial idea naman na ako na mangyayari po yun. So, okay lang. Siguro, yun, nabigla lang din ako, pero mas feeling ko kung di nangyari kasi baka mas hindi ko nagawa po. So,
kasi nagtatanong ka na siguro, ang dami mo ng tanong, no?
Concerns kasi or like you overthink yung eksena mismo. But since ganun yung ginawa nilang biglaan nga, mas naging natural na lang po yung naging process. So,
okay yun, ha? I'm learning there. Parang, kasi Elijah naman, kasi kayo multitasker. So, kayo yung nag-shoot. So, you knew the material. Hindi pwedeng biglaan. So, pipilitin mo talaga yung sarili mo to do that. No? So, what worked with you?
Yung swerte naman with the process for Game Boys at the time is we could just shoot. You know, kasi hindi naman, hindi kami per day. Like, we do it every day. So, parang kapag merong hindi maayos na eksena, i-reshoot namin. Like, kuwari the pilot took almost a month to shoot. Like, 5 times yun just to finish it.
Yes. Pero, ito nga yung ano doon, parang, hindi ka ba nagtatanong, well, knowing you would ask motivations of your role, pareho kayo naman ni Charlie, kasi alam nyo na. So, and then, nung na-supersede na yan ng suporta ng mga tao, Elijah, and your fans, we know your fans, they can be so parochial also. They're so supportive, pero they can dictate your life. Parang dictate on your life. Nakaka-overwhelm yung support. But then also, when did you have to break free and then say, I wanna do this?
I don't know. I don't know. I think, therefore, like, ako po kasi before the pandemic, before Game Boys, really, like, private lahat ng social media accounts.
Correct.
So, I don't know how social media works, basically. So, parang, overwhelming nga siya, but then, I saw the silver lining in it na, grabe yung power na mararamdaman mo and yung relief na
to influence and inspire people, no? Yes.
To happy and to influence them.
But the invasion of privacy,
you know what? I don't mind it now kasi I don't really post much. So I don't think they know anything. I don't think they know too much. I think they just know enough. And I'm grateful I love them. I love them more than anything. And sobrang grateful ako for all their support and all their love for everything that I do. And nakaka-inspire din sila, like when I'm down, tapos makikita ko like yung mga or mga messages, like nakaka-inspire, they keep me up. Kaya,
tama rin naman.
Pero you have to save some for yourself, of course.
And then respect the space. space, the personal space. I know because I have a friend who saw you at Balay Dako. Nandun yata kayo. Tapos sabi niya,
Really?
oo. At sabi talaga, may personal space si Elijah. And sabi ko, oo naman. Pag kumakain yung mga tao, you don't like ask for a picture. But it was your mom yata nagsabi, uy, accommodate them. Maging mabait ka. Ganun daw. Ang mommy mo daw talaga yung medyo nag-encourage sa'yo to do that. So parang ako, oo, but people should know how to respect personal space. And yun yung pinagkaiba ng mga totoong tao. And the best things are not on social media. And we know that. No, of course that. Charlie, ikaw naman, I know overwhelming din yung mga lahat ng mga tao na comment sa iyo since nanalo ka ng Best Actress sa Metro Manila Film Fest. No? Pero a lot of people, a lot of things are kept personal. And we know you and we love you for that. No? Parang, paano mo nagagawa? Ang galing, ha? We don't know anything about your personal life and it's that. Oo naman. No, we know, but then parang people should be kept with what you give them, no? Parang yun eh. Parang, and then they cannot dictate on your lives. Yun yung ano doon. May pamantayan ka ba dyan? Or meron, ano yung rule mo, Charlie? Ang galing mo talaga. Yung parang nahihiwalay mo yung personal doon sa trabaho.
Siguro, Sir Noel, hindi rin po ako kasi mahilig sa social media.
Agad, pareho kayo ni Elijah.
Parang, ewan ko, hindi po talaga, siguro lumaki akong hindi mahilig sa social media or hindi techie. Kaya parang hindi ko siya naging buhay po talaga. And with my personal life, well, yung mga totoong kilala po ako, very open talaga ako sa totoo lang, Sir Noel. I mean, sabi open book talaga ako, parang lahat na lang nasa-share ko talaga. Pero siguro yun din yung gusto kong makita sa akin ng tao na may private pa din and may Charlie pa din na ayun, i-entertain din. Kayo, ibibigay ko naman po lahat basta nagtatrabaho. Pero gusto ko syempre makipa din yung mga tao rin sa paligid ko sa private na private.
Totoo yan. Kasi in the States, di ba, he's not working. Wala mo ng pictures. May ganon, di ba? May ganong respect for the private space. But, well, lalakalawakan lang natin ng konti because it involves your career. No? Pero now, if it involves, kunyari, our community and yun, mga nangyayari sa bansa. Kunyari, Charlie, when ABS shut down, it all broke down from trabaho ko, pero ako kasabi bilang parte ng isang mas malaking bayan nawala yung franchise ng ABS. How did you react then?
Ako, Sir Noel, na-hurt din talaga po ako sa nangyari. I mean, pangarap ko po talaga yung makapasok sa ABS-CBN dati pa. Lagi ko pong sinasabi na every time ume-enter ako na ABS-CBN noon, iba yung kaba ko, iba yung inspiration sa akin, ganun po yung feeling. And then, nung nakita ko po na nung last day na nung rally, tas doon po ako pumunta, tas naramdaman ko na ganun ka-weak yung nangyari sa ABS. Sobrang di po ako makapaniwala. Nagalit po ako na ganun yung nangyayari talaga. Siguro, hindi lang ako masyado pang vocal po through social media kasi hindi ko platform yun. I mean, hindi pa po ako sanay talaga. I'm taking my time din po talaga na paano ko siya gagawin, na ma-voice out din yung opinions ko. Pero alam din naman po ng tao na nagalit talaga ako sa nangyari. And until now, hindi ko pa rin po nakakalimutan yung nangyari yun. I'm still praying talaga na makabalik na as soon as possible po yung franchise na ABS-CBN.
At hindi lang franchise, kasi parang with the franchise, yung mga pelikula, di ba? Yun yung nangyari. Yeah.
Totoo pong ang daming nawalan. Dati nga po nung past...
Mga kabatch mo, di ba? Mga kabatch mo na nag-artista. Yeah.
Oo po. And sa mga past interviews ko din, parang una sinabi ko na totoo yung ABS-CBN po, ginagawa nila lahat para matulungan pa rin yung kaya nilang matulungan, kahit hindi lahat. Nung una kasi parang nasabi ko lahat, pero na-realize ko hindi nga po lahat. Ang dami pa rin nagsasuffer, ang dami pa rin nawalan ng trabaho. And yun pa rin yung pinaglalaban po until now. Kaya sana po makabalik na lahat or magkaroon na ng trabaho lahat na nawalan.
Totoo yun, no? And it is not just about you losing a job kasi ikaw naman, hindi naman kalakihan pero at least you're secure. with projects, pero you feel for your batchmates. Yung, di ba? Well, you were just launched.
Nakakasama, totoo po yun.
Yeah. And people have gone network hopping already. Anong comment mo doon?
Ako po, personally, I think may dahilan naman po talaga sila. Gets ko naman po kung magkakasamaan ng loob both sides, pero sila po yun eh. Sila na yung may dahil. Hindi natin alam po talaga kung ano yung mga naging dahilan nila, bakit sila lumipat. Pero sana lang yung decision nila yun is best for themselves talaga.
That's true. And I guess yun nga yung test, di ba? Parang there was shutdown. And so there could have been a point for solidarity. Di ba? Pag may bumabagsak or napapasara, kasi ito sa comment on media, on, di ba, on how we on how we manage things in our country, parang noon dapat nagdadamayan imbes na, di ba, hiwalay at watak-watak katulad na nakikita natin. Well, let's go to Elijah. Elijah, nakasama ko sa kalye pero hindi tayo nagpang-abot sa UP during the anti-terror law. No? But otherwise, what did you feel when ABS shut down?
Nakakagalit talaga. I mean, lumalabas yung sobrang baho ng
system, no?
So,
that's true.
Parang, I mean, at the end of the day, you can only do so much.
That's true. That's true.
For everybody. Pero yung parang wala lang talagang empathy for the working people. Kaya,
tapos ang gusto lang natin, parang imbis na mag-away-away tayo sa hanay natin, magsama-sama na lang tayo kasi we never wanted this, di ba?
And walang priorities. Like, there was literally a pandemic happening.
That's
kasi yung inuna nila.
That's
like,
true.
Ano ba yun? Sobrang bitter.
That's true. But will artists really feel that, the solidarity for one another? Or parang, has it become to each his own? Maganda nga yung point ni Charlie na may sariling desisyon yung mga tao. Pero that could have been a test case. COVID could have been a test case. Nakita mo na wala ng trabaho, nag-lockdown tayo, pero nagtutulungan dapat yung mga artista. Di ba? Ang ano nga dyan, kung sino yung nangangailangan, yun pa yung tumutulong. Yun yung nangyayari. So, yun parang imbis sa i-highlight natin yung pagkakaiba natin, let's see how we can like work together. Ang maganda lang sa inyong dalawa, nagamit niyo yung boses niyo, yung platform niyo para sabihin yung ganong opinion. And it's carrying there. Sabi nga ni Charlie, parang hindi niyo makakalimutan yung naranasan. So, it's our common suffering that will like bind us together. So, Charlie, ano yung nagbago? Did you change your lifestyle? Mas naging simple ka ba? Or dahil mas marami kang pera ngayon, yun, okay pa, hindi. Ganun si Charlie. Akala niya lang may award na ako. major na yung paycheck ko. Hindi, pay cut sila, no? O go.
Pero Sir Noel, wala nang nagbago talaga yung sa siguro sa gastos, yung mga kailangan ko lang din talaga na hindi ko nabibili dati, pero alam kong kailangan ko naman.
Ang pabuka na ng mga ASAP costumes mo, no?
Stylish naman, Sir Noel.
Sige.
Parang ako nagpapastyle, so siya na lang. Tapos, sa iba talaga, hindi, feeling ko nga mas naging simple talaga kasi nga parang mas
pandemic.
Miss ko din yung hindi ako nakaayos, yung talagang
totoo yon.
Kasama ko yung mga totoong friends ko din na yung outside showbiz na kaya kong magwalwal din with them.
Saya ng term.
Yun po, mas nami-miss ko din po yun. Kaya siguro wala naman po. Siguro kung may nagbago lang yung schedule po talaga, ang hirap na po ng schedule na yun dahil din yung pandemic din.
Totoo rin.
Lagi po kaming nakalock-in, so ang hirap po mag-set ng schedule talaga.
Pero at least malaya ka pa rin nakakapagsalita ng ganyan. Elijah, ikaw, mas naging matipid. Ikaw, you're frugal, di ba? Hindi ka naman magastos talaga.
Hindi po talaga. Wala.
Oo.
Wala, hindi ako...
Pero may endorsements ka na, no? So at least nakapag-ipon ka na.
Yeah.
Natatawa sa'yo si Charlie. Oo, pero kala nyo, kalakihan yun. Hindi naman din.
Also, like, yung family din po kasi namin, we do what we can to help other people. So, parang,
That's true.
fundraising or mga charities niya. If we could like share something, we would always do that. Kaya, yun. Pero, yeah, hindi naman ako materialistic Sir Noel.
That's true.
dito lang ako sa bahay. Ito lang siguro yung gastos ko, mga vinyl. Bibili lang ako ng mga vinyl.
Oh, mahal yun. Ha? Mahal din yan. Habang nagko-costume na neon si Charlie ko vinyl. Yun talaga. So, what other personal development stuff do you like do? Just as a soul to give people the idea na parang you really never stop learning. You may be best actor, best actress, pero tuloy nyo lang yung pag-improve ng sarili mo. Elijah, you take classes, you said, no? Pa rin. You do?
Pero for music naman po, like I'm taking piano classes.
Okay.
Songwriting class ako recently. Tapos, ako po ang best lesson for me, I guess, as an actor is like keep on watching films.
That's
keep
true.
Reading whatever. Ako po, I'm a cinephile, film buff.
That's true.
Ako ngayon, bawas na ngayon. Pero back then, like, hindi ako makakatulog hanggat di ako nakakapanood ng 3 movies in a day. So, nung high school pa ako yun. Ngayon po wala nang time gumawa nun.
Wala nang time nun.
Wow!
Parang kung writer kasi, you cannot write if you don't read. So talagang magbabasa ka. Ngayon talaga, pag artista ka, tama yun ha. Tama na disiplina yun na manood ka ng sine or manood ka ng something para yun, ma-enrich yung yung repertoire mo. Charlie, ikaw?
Ako po, Sir Noel, bago ako mag-start nung viral teleserye, bumalik po ako sa acting coach ko sa Fangirl.
Galing.
Gusto ko po kasing malaman ulit yung process ko. I mean, paano ko aatakihan this time yung viral. Kasi syempre gusto po namin as much as possible, malayo pa yung Fangirl. Opo, kahit mabigat din po to. And yun, natutunan ko po ulit yung process na effective sa akin. Kasi more on self-awareness po talaga siya. And also yung paghimay ng maayos ng script. So, until now, na-apply ko pa rin kasi hindi na po ako makabalik dun sa acting coach ko. Pero every now and then, pag may tanong naman po ako, tinatanong ko din talaga kung tama bang ganito yung gagawin ko, ganyan, ganun po. And siguro, pinaka self-development na ginagawa ko po lagi, Sir Noel, mahilig po ako makipag-usap. As in, sobrang mahilig ako makipag-usap. Lalo na sa mas matatanda din sa akin. Kasi nga, totoo po kasi feeling ko talaga may mga experiences sila na hindi ko pa na-experience. So like, I know what to do kapag napunta ako sa ganong experience, yung mga ganon po. So, feeling ko, for me, yun yung pinaka-effective po sa akin, yung tumusap po.
Galing, Isa loves time, to have time with you. Kaya, yung nakwento niya sa akin last week na may bonding time kayo, okay yun. Okay yun. Tsaka hindi, yun, during those times, yung nagkita rin kayo sa ABS, no, yung last Sunday, meaningful, yung bibihira na nga kayo lumabas, ay parang pag naramdaman nyo pa yung ganong solidarity dahil meron kayong pinaglalaban, iba yung nararamdaman. Ikaw naman, Elijah, who's your circle in the industry? Who do you like run to? Kasi for advice, for example, kasi parang malalaman mo yun parang the quality of your mindset will depend on the closest, on the 5 people you always like talk to, ha? Sino yan?
Hindi ko lang nalaman yun, Sir Noel.
Totoo.
Ako po, ewan ko, sino ba? Si Direk Percy Intl.
Okay.
Like,
okay.
I always feel comfortable asking questions and I learn a lot from him. Tapos, ako po kasi hindi talaga ako
ma-share
na tao. Ma-share na tao. Pero like in person, like same with Charlie, pag in person, pag naging komportable na po ako, sometimes I say too much naman. Like, naging
okay.
Ako. So, usually, hindi ako masyado believer ng social media communication and all.
That's true.
I prefer the physical things. Pero of course, I have friends and syempre like kusino-sino po.
No, kusino-sino. No, but what's the concern of a person like you now? Ano yung like, do you talk about stability or what's your theme now in your life? Do you talk about ang masyado maaga pa yung legacy, no? Pero it's what?
I think, yeah, actually po, that's a funny question kasi I've been thinking about that recently. Like, like everybody's on TikTok. Everybody's doing vlogs. Everybody's doing these things, like, not really to stay relevant. I mean, maybe some of them to stay relevant, but some of them, like, just to, like, keep the juices flowing.
That's true.
So, parang inisip ko, like, kumare, especially in days na wala kang gagawin, what can I do? Pero like, hindi talaga kaya ng confidence kong gumawa ng hindi talaga niya kaya mag-kumu or mag-vlog
Yes,
or
that's
whatever.
true.
Like, I prefer mag-character na lang ako tas ibang tao yung makikita ng mga, ng audiences. Kaya, I'm thinking about that. So, iniisip ko if should I write my own stuff? Should I make
Music, no? I guess that's it. Yeah.
And so, I'm just taking it day by day. Pero, syempre may pressure, but I don't like beat myself too much for it.
So it's more branching out already. Yeah, acting is core, but you're looking for other ways of expression. That's a theme now.
Yes, kasi nga
Okay.
po, sa being an actor, hindi naman ikaw magbibigay ng job sa sarili mo. I mean,
Totoo yan.
back then, before the
Yeah.
pandemic, you can go to auditions, which I miss, by the way. I miss going to
Yes. Iba rin yan, no? Iba rin yung discipline ng pagpunta ng auditions, eh.
Yes, and iba yung sense of competition. Like, pag may audition, parang, ito ginawa niya, ito gagawin ko. Something like that.
Competitive.
Nakakamiss yung ganong feeling. Pero I haven't done an audition like years.
Yeah.
Nakakamiss yung
No,
ganun.
but then the plus side is that you're offered roles now. Pero yun na yun. Ano, pera o ba yun? Yung choice ngayon yun. Charlie, ikaw, ano yung sa'yo ngayon? You're enjoying your di ba, the teleserye, the stardom part. Pero siguro nandun ka sa point na making yourself na tama yung relevant pero still artistic despite kasi iba yung teleserye culture, di ba? Okay. Lalo na ngayong pandemic, kailangan yung tapusin yung number of sequences. Di ba? Yung tipong
15 hours lang.
Yes, sinasabi mo yan, Elijah. Yung tipong gusto mo pang mag-retake, pero hindi na pwede kasi nga may hinahabol na oras. So,
Ako, yun talaga din yung nakapagpatibay ng discipline naming lahat. Na talagang, siyempre ayaw namin naman na kami yung lalabas na pangit sa camera or like yung pangit yung acting. So, as much as kaya, sana ma-take one talaga yung ganun po.
at yung maganda, di ba?
Yung maganda talaga yung maibigay. Opo.
I'll rattle off with some last issues na gusto kong i-cover at bigyan nyo ng learning ng mga tao. How do you guard against burnout, Elijah? So, sa mga tao, a lot of people your age will say, burnout ako, wala na, parang blank wall. How do you counter that?
I never think that. Ako,
Or do something else. Do something different.
Kapag pagod lang po ako, I rest. If
That's
like
true.
if I can't think of anything, then I distract myself. Tapos it'll come.
Ang distraction mo ay music, pagkain, ano?
Music, movies, conversations with my loved ones.
Okay.
Like people important to me, syempre.
Okay. Okay.
I look out for people also.
Okay.
And, that's really important to me kasi syempre, when I start caring kasi I really care. Pero when
Ayan na.
I don't care.
Maganda yun, di ba? Maganda yun. At least, from intense to nothing, di ba? Yun yung galing. Galing. That makes you, parang that really makes you the best in your field. Kasi oo eh.
I guess
galing naman.
Burnouts lang po to anybody like experiencing a burnout. Just rest.
Yes.
Yes.
Lang.
Kain nyo lang yan ng paborito nyong pagkain, tapos after that, okay na kayo. That's nice. And or do something else. Something different. And then come back to it. Parang rubber band nga raw yan. Gawa ka ng iba. Tapos then after that, okay na yung pangalawang rubber band. Yun pa yun.
So many interesting things in the world. Ang dami pwedeng matutunan. Like an endless, like things to learn.
Galing.
Like mabuhay.
Charlie, ikaw, burnout.
Ako, Sir Noel, hindi naman burnout, pero siguro pag talagang nasa-stress din ako or na-overwhelm po ako, kausap ko talaga yung mga loved ones ko din, like yung mga ate ko sa ibang bansa. Kasi talaga yung walang alam dito. So like sila yung nabebentan ko talaga ng mga nangyayari sa akin.
Galing, no? Tama yun.
And also, yan, yung friends ko din talaga, yung mga bago ako nag-showbiz, para lang nakakabalik talaga ako sa core ko ng Intl. Ako
To ground you, yes, to ground you. At saka hindi, yung payo dyan palagi, no? You seek the advice of people na walang interest.
Yes,
yung walang alam. So you would get that, di ba? Parang yun eh. Galing. Other things, yung isa pang tanong dito, technology sinagot nyo na doon, no? Parang when are you in social media not where you're kind of controlled. And yun nga yung issue na hindi lahat ng mga bagay kailangan nasa social media. Next, it's hard, no? Parang hopes for yourself. Ano pa yung gusto nyong mangyari after this? I just wanna listen to you and learn from you. Charlie, ikaw?
Ako, hopes for myself, siguro, Sir Noel, longevity talaga dito.
That's true.
Honestly, like, sana kung gaano ko kamahal yung industriya, until kailan din ako kayang mahalin, sana po ganun, magtagal. And sana, syempre, stability po. I mean, hindi lang yung buhay natin, kailangan din talaga i-consider natin yung reality ng buhay. And siguro, ako natutunan ko lang, Sir Noel, nung kailan nanood ako ng movie na Soul. Tapos sa Soul kasi parang sinabi kasi naalala ko lang bigla na parang hindi lang naman about passion yung
true.
Purpose mo sa earth. Ang purpose mo sa earth talaga is to live life, live every moment ng maayos, yung wala kang pagsisisihan. Kaya ako, yun po talaga yung ginagawa ko. Ngayon, ang swerte ko po na gusto ko yung trabaho ko. So, yun yung pinangahawakan ko po lagi, na ang swerte ko na ito yung gusto kong trabaho, yung iba, kailangan kumita nang hindi nila gusto yung ginagawa nila.
Galing.
Ayun, yun po siguro yung pinangahawakan ko.
Gusto mo pang sumikat, Charlie?
Ako po, Sir Noel. I mean, sino hindi? Pero,
yes.
Siguro kasi nga dahil po, medyo late na rin ako pumasok ng showbiz, yung kumbaga naiintindihan ko na yung mga bagay-bagay. Ayun, ko na rin paano talaga gagamitin yung mga ganong bagay po.
Galing na parang yung sikat mo ngayon, parang hindi na dahil yung sikat, no? Parang secondary na yon, darating yon kasi meron kang ibang output na pwedeng mabigay sa mga tao. Kaya hindi ka ma-frustrate kung hindi na tumitili yung mga fans. Hindi ba iba, hindi mo na doon sinusukat yung halaga mo. Okay. For a pandemic superstar like you, Elijah, you never heard the screams of the fans like the Katniels, di ba? Pero may Elikoy kayo na love team, pero iba yung consumption nun. So, ano pa yung hope mo para sa sarili mo? I'll ask the same question. Gusto mo pang sumikat?
Alam niyo po, like, I never really dreamt of it. Pero if it comes, why would I say no to it?
Yeah. But it's not your goal. It's not the goal. It's a byproduct.
Yes. Yeah. Pero syempre, like, who doesn't want to be loved? Who doesn't want that feeling na na-appreciate siya or recognize siya? I'm not gonna say I don't want to. Pero syempre, like, as a private person and as a person who doesn't know how all this works, so okay ako with whatever. Pero ako, I guess, same with Charlie, longevity. Like, I want to keep doing this, what we do, for a long time because it's what I'm passionate for. It's what I love to do. And, it's a really beautiful industry, making films, telling stories. Ang saya ng ginagawa natin.
Galing. Last lang, as we close now, hopes for the country. Like, kasi parang hindi kasi pwedeng ihiwalay yung existence mo bilang artista, bilang tao, doon sa pinagdadaanan natin bilang bansa. So, Elijah, ikaw, parang ano pa yung pwede mong magawa as an actor and as a citizen of our country?
Vote. I think everyone should vote. I hope that this pandemic can be solved soon kasi may solution siya eh. Kasi other people, may sine na sa ibang bansa eh. May sine na doon, nakakanood na sila ng basketball games na magkakasama. Like, nakakainggit sobra. So sana ma-action na itong pandemic na to as soon as possible, or like yung mga tamang action, hindi yung selfish na actions, hindi yung para sa ikabubuti lang nila.
Totoo. And that may explain sa atin, di ba? Para kasama naman tayo dun sa, yung tipong, yung sasabihin nila, open na yung mga hindi nyo na kailangan mag-RT-PCR basta meron kayong bakuna. Pero nagpabakuna na tayo, nag-change na naman yung rules, ba't di nyo kami kinonsult? Ba't di nyo sinabihan agad? Mag-group chat sana kayo, parang gano'n. Charlie, ikaw, go. Hopes, another hope for the country. Kasi apektado naman, hindi pwedeng hiwalay yung existence natin bilang tao, bilang artista, at yun, bilang Pilipino, no?
Ang hirap pagsalita, Sir Noel, kasi hindi ko rin alam sino pa dapat yung mamuno talaga sa country natin. I mean,
in the end, tayo yun. The decision natin, tayo dapat, we should rule our lives. And then parang in the end, igiit natin kung ano yung deserve natin eh. Yun.
Yes. So siguro pinakatulong po talaga na magagawa natin ngayon is aralin talaga kung sino yung iboboto. Like,
Oh, yeah. Oh, nag-lag. Nako, sinut-down ka, Charlie.
Sabi, uy, we're talking about the government.
Oo.
Kaya nandito pa po ako.
Yes,
So,
yes, yes.
yun po, yun, aralin talaga natin and importanteng bumoto. Actually, pauwi po akong Batangas ngayon, magpaparegister ako sa
Yay! Yun talaga. Oo eh.
na sana po makapag, I mean, ang registration is up until September 30 this year. So,
yes.
lahat ng hindi pa nakaregister.
Ang ganda naman kasi in the end parang artista ng bayan. Kaya you're part of a whole system and we're a part of a whole country kaya yung malasakit na lang natin. So, remind them of all aside from yung to register and vote, Charlie has yun nga viral eventually but she has Sunset Girl, from the fan girl to Sunset Girl. So every Wednesday
po, ang My Sunset Girl, 8 p.m. po yan sa I1TFC. Kasama ko po dyan si Jameson Blake. And sana po abangan nyo din po yung viral. Malapit na din po yan.
Sino naman kasama mo sa viral?
Sa viral po, makakasama ko po dyan si Miss Dimples Romana, Jake Cuenca, Joshua Garcia, Ria Ataide, Jameson Blake, and madami pa pong iba.
Okay. At least that. Mas gusto ko kasi sa'yo yung wala kang love team. Kasi you're over that already. Yun na yun. And yun, alam mong mahal kita at yun, nandito lang kami ni Iza para isupport ka. O, isang tao rin na isusupportan and we really want both of you in one movie. Sana may isang magandang project. Kung meron man kayong dalawa na two really grounded people and intelligent actors. Elijah, go remind them about Game Boys. Then eventually sabihin sana, oo, Charlie, maging ka-partner kita.
Yeah, Game Boys, the movie, July 30. You can get your tickets now. Hopefully, don't no to piracy, please guys.
That's true. No, kahit online, di ba kasi ang dali-dali nilang gawin, pero respeto na lang.
Yes. And
nila yun.
My Fantastic Pag-ibig, tomorrow on GTV, that's 7:15 p.m. every Saturday.
Yeah.
With Therese Malvar and many more.
And this goes to show na wala dapat network war. Pwedeng magsama kahit saang network. And yun, issues like this, lalo na during the pandemic, there should be solidarity more than ever. Lalo na from really intelligent, excellent actors and very good citizens like both of you. Thank you, Elijah. You have all our support and love. Charlie, you know that. In the end, tayo magkakasama sa Grand Finals. Maraming salamat. Up next, we're having our family members from different parts of the globe. We're having Joanna Ampil, yun, sabi nga ni Elijah, no, meron ng theater na sa South Pacific siya sa UK. Then Joaquin Valdes has Heathers the Musical, nasa UK din, and Hidilyn Diaz was flying to Japan, to Tokyo tomorrow for the Olympics. So may buhay. So tuloy yung buhay. Kailangan lang natin magsuportahan. Maraming salamat. Level Up will be right back. Thank you very much.
Thank you po.
So many things I can't control, so many hurts that happen every day, so many heartaches that pierce the soul, so much pain that won't ever go away. How do we make it better? How do we make it through? What can we do when there's nothing we can do? We can be kind, we And maybe we'll find if we are there for each other, that together we'll weather whatever tomorrow may bring. Nobody really wants to fight. Nobody really wants to go to war. If everyone wants to make things right, then what are we always fighting for? Does nobody want to see it? Does nobody understand? The power to heal is right here in our hands. We can be kind. We can take care of each other. We can remember that deep down inside we all need the same things. And maybe we'll find if we are there for each other, that together we'll weather whatever tomorrow may bring. And it's not enough to talk about it, not enough to sing a song. We must walk the walk about it. You and I, do or die. We've got to try to get along. We can be kind. We can take care of each other. We can remember that deep down inside we all need the same things. And maybe we'll find if we are there for each other, that together we'll weather whatever tomorrow may bring. And maybe we'll find true peace of mind if we always remember we can be
Para sipagin na natin to, para samahan niyo na ako.
Family meeting. And well, us missing each other and like us trying to update each other with what's happening. I'm proud of this family because yun nga parang I had just had to like meet them and then kumustahin silang lahat and then thank them also no for like doing the things that they do for the country despite what's happening. So let's start with ayan yung ka-open lang sa South Pacific ang kakaibang Bloody Mary at bloody na siya umaga po doon sa UK. Bloody Joanna Ampil, the multimedia best actress. Hello. So film, TV, and yan, theater. You miss home, Jo? How are you?
I'm good. I'm really good. It's home for me. Being in the UK is home also.
Maganda yun, no? Theater is home for you. Oo eh. Yan, safe space nyo yan, di ba? So, you just opened after a lot of previews. Kumusta ang buhay mo dyan sa UK?
I'm doing well.
Mm-hmm.
My husband.
Ganda. Masasabi ng husband. And your husband will join you later, ah?
Well, he's just gone to bed only because he works during the day.
Yeah, mamaya, chikahan muna tayo then later partner. But then, okay, at least you're there with your partner and it's important that you're there with your partner because for the longest time, nagtatrabaho ka sa Korea, nasa Hong Kong naman siya, pero ito yung 6 months na arrangement, di ba?
This was 10 months actually. We
Oh
were
my
away for 10
God.
months.
So yun, ganun yung buhay. So buhay OFW ho sila. Now we have Joaquin Valdes, who's also in UK now, in London.
Hi.
Doing Heather's the
Hi.
Musical. How are you, Wax?
Hi, I'm good, thank you. Hi, Joe. Nice to see you, Joe. Congrats on the
No, pero
opening.
hindi pa kayo nagkikita dyan kahit pareho kayo na sa UK. Mahirap.
Hindi pa.
So
Mahirap.
you're there in the theater every day, Wax, no?
Yeah, so I'm not sure when we go.
What's your day like there?
I think I have a similar schedule to Joe, but we're already 4 weeks in. So medyo we have our days back already.
Mhm.
So we just need to be in the theater on a 1-show day. Our call time is at 6, and then on a 2-show day, our call time is at 1:15. So yeah, so basically 8 shows a week. We're still performing to a half capacity. We're in our case 1/3 capacity, but hopefully the dubbed Freedom Day here in the UK is on Monday, and that's when tickets are going to be sold to a full capacity audience already. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. But generally, we're doing theater during a time of Corona. It's a little bizarre.
That's a feat, actually. But what are the people ready to watch plays and musicals there?
Well, at least so far from how we're seeing it, parang there's a lot of theater fans. There's this weird hesitation, but there's a deep desire to go back to what they love to do. So there's still a lot of people who want to go back to theater, but then they're also careful. So there's still a lot of precautions that are put in place.
Galing. Joe, ikaw, it's your comeback. It's your UK comeback. No? So how does it feel to be working in the midst of a pandemic? Actually, grateful, no? Pero kakaiba yung experience.
Iba yung experience here, and it was different in Korea as well. But I know for a fact that, both countries follow very, very strict protocols. Very different, but both very strict. Like in I suppose in South Korea it's more imposed, whereas here the UK government doesn't really impose it on companies. So our company, Chichester Festival, they have their own rules. You have to be masked up and everything, you have to sanitize, etc., etc. And it's the same in South Korea. In South Korea, they sanitize everything, and you kind of have to do the track and trace thing, and similar to this one. So people actually feel safe going back to the theater when it's a really good company. Like Chichester Festival, they have a very good reputation. So we have some nights that are sold out, but of course on like a percentage lang, because it's not fully open yet. It will be open next week.
Okay, but Joe, personally, how are you affected by the pandemic? Anong effects sa'yo nito?
Affects sa akin, I suppose, my friends, like hearing sad stories from friends of mine who are furloughed, not working, getting stressed, committing. Some of them have, committed suicide.
Their lives, yeah.
So it's mentally distressing also.
That's true.
So we are just doing what we can to make sure that we fly the flag high, especially for our industry.
How have you coped aside from working? Oh, well, maganda no na merong outlet. Pero ikaw, what? Kasi dito, I've said, no, it's faith, family, friends, and food. Yung talaga yung food na yun, when I post, no, yung mga tao nagbibigayan talaga ng pagkain. Ikaw, paano ka?
It's easy here kasi everything's open.
That's true.
Yeah, and I have a husband who cooks for me all the time.
Ganda lang. So that, no, iba-iba talaga na may karamay ka. during this time?
Yeah, I don't think we can be apart from each other anymore after Korea. I mean, it was okay because Korea was an amazing experience, but being away from your loved ones, particularly Faust, was kind of difficult. So, and we got married last year, so it's good that we are together again.
Ang ganda.
It's nice. It's nice to have him here, and
And cook.
we look after each other also.
That's true. Si Joaquin kasi is the one who cooks. Pero nakikita ko yung mga posts ngayon, si Aji din nagtatry na magluto. So
si Aji na yung, because Aji is working from home. So, and when we were mounting the show, it was so busy. Like I had to come up, like I was up at 5 a.m., need to travel to the venue, long day, and then come home really late. So she was preparing my meals. Like she was really like making sure that I was
something she wouldn't do here in the Philippines.
No, she's been so supportive. Sobrang swerte ko.
Yeah.
Pero yun, parang Wax, yung coping nyo dyan, kakaiba no? Parang yun, tama nga si Job, swerte nyo, sana all, na bukas na yung mga industries, no? But, well, ano yung personal effects sa'yo ng pandemic?
Personal.
Or naramdaman mo ba at all na meron?
Yeah, well, 2020 was the toughest. I think during lockdown 1, at least dito sa UK, lockdown 1, the lockdown 2, and then umuwi nga kami ng Pilipinas for 1 month. And then right after, when we came back to the UK, that's when Aji's dad passed away. So it was a lot. Like it was very, very emotional. And then we couldn't go back to kasi kakagaling lang namin ng Pilipinas when her dad, who she's very close to, passed away. So parang there was this, are we gonna go back? And nothing was opening up here. We weren't sure if it was the right decision to stay here. Lots of things were up in the air until, God has been really good and our faith really kept us focused, and things started to fall into place once we kind of let go and stopped, worrying about things that we couldn't control. So tuloy-tuloy, and then grabe yung blessings tuloy-tuloy. So we were very, very, very fortunate.
Ang ganda lang, no? Na tipong yung coping nyo as a couple na heighten during this crisis. Kaya yung advice natin sa mga nakikinig at nanonood para choose a partner that you can last with or be with in a pandemic. Kasi ang dami rin daw mga partnerships yung nag-away-away or parang kasi hindi sila sanay doon sa ganung dynamics, no? Julius is here now. We'll talk to him in a while. Pero let's listen from Joaquin and from Joe. So, ano adjustments niyo in terms of like yung dynamics niyo at home? Joe, for example, kayo ni Faust. Do you have me time? A lot of me time?
Yeah, we do.
And suddenly parang kasi magkasama kayo the whole time during the pandemic, nanibago or na-miss nyo kasi isa't isa ng 9 months.
I mean, of course we drive each other nuts.
That's
but
nice.
That's so normal, and the thing is we get on more than, we drive each other nuts. So we get on really well and we love each other's company.
Yes. Pero ano yun? Parang naramdaman nyo na we have to be together ngayong pandemic. Parang hindi pwedeng hindi na.
Oo. It affected Faust a lot, I think. I was so far away as well. I was in South Korea, he was in Hong Kong, and it was tough. I mean, it was tough for me. The fact that I didn't get to see him like physically and didn't get to touch him, but yeah, that's fine because I was single for like 6 years prior to being with Faust. So I'm so used to like being on my own. But still so nice like having someone there with you. It's not even 24/7 because I work. I got works during the day. He goes to bed like really late at night, so we don't really we spend very little time together apart from Sundays when we can really be together. And
parang yung dynamics pa, John, parang kinasal nga tayo pero hindi tayo magkasama.
Pagkasal namin actually nagkaroon ng lockdown sa Philippines.
Oo. Pero kunyari you had to work already and that's a reality setting in, no? So Ano yung naging, what carried you through nang hindi kayo magkasama? Aside from yun nga, video call.
Technology, I would guess. He was with his sister. He was with his sibling, so that kept him sane.
So it's really family, no?
Me sane. Yeah, I was with my cat's family. Yeah, the only thing that we sacrificed was, we love traveling, we love exploring, we love visiting back, in the US and in Canada. We couldn't do that for do that now. But yun yung mga sacrifices na na I wish we can still, we can do again. So
sana soon, pero yun na nga. Pero fully vaccinated kayo pareho na, no?
I'm actually doing my second dose today. Later on.
Good. Wax is done with it already, no? So, but it's Faust done? Faust is done already. Good. Wax, kayo naman ni Angie, with all the things that you went through, yun nga, yung death in the family of Angie also, no? So, what carried you through? Ako, you're young, active people. You still try to have babies?
We do practice a lot. Ang hirap naman ng tanong na yan.
pero na sublimate na to napunta na yung attention sa pets. I was surprised na meron na kayong ganon, mga fur babies. Was that a conscious
decision? Yung fur baby namin, it's actually such a lovely story because it belongs to a neighbor a block away. And then lagi siyang actually yung pusa namin nasa kama ko. It would always visit us every single day during the lockdown, during the pandemic. So almost 2 years now, binibisita na kami ng pusa na to until recently. We met the mom, we met the actual owner of the cat, and she's moving, and she actually just asked us if we would be willing to adopt the cat. So it's official. Like I got very emotional. So it's official na kami na yung magiging parents ng pusa.
Ang galing nun eh. Pero kasama niyo matulog?
Oo, kasama namin matulog. Tsaka sobrang clingy niya, as in. So it was nice because it kind of gave us some sense of like it calmed us down. Tsaka yung mental health namin during the lockdown, parang may pusa kami that just loved us unconditionally. So it was so interesting. It kind of, all of your worries kind of go away.
And that also na parang extension of your goodness or your values also. Di ba parang you caring for another individual na parang kasama niya na talaga sa bahay the whole time. Joke kayong dalawa, walang pets. Yung iba dito sa Pilipinas kasi plantito, plantita. Plants naman. hindi lang ngayon na, hindi lang pets for babies. Kayo, saan nyo pa china-channel? Aside from practicing being physical and intimate now, at least after 9 months, di ba? Express na yung ganung intimacy.
For me?
Yeah.
Sorry. Faust has always been, has always asked me to get a pet, to get a cat. Not a puppy. He loves cats. But we cannot look after it just yet.
Totoo.
We're moving around so much. So hindi pwede. Sabi ko, when we're settled na, maybe like when we put down roots here, perhaps, you'll never know. I mean, we can always adopt. We can always get one. Of course, that's easy. But it's the looking after. We don't want the pet to suffer also.
Totoo rin naman. And kayo rin naman active pa in making your own. and trying. Natawa siya because we're all praying.
We chose this career. And I've chosen this career. I've been very happy. It would be a bonus if we have babies.
Meron yan. Because we're praying for that, and then science will help us. Julius, can you turn on your camera? Kasi si Heidi daw, nagpapakondition massage. Ngayon, kasi nga alis sila papuntang Tokyo na. But let's talk to the conditioning coach and the partner of Heidi. Julius, good afternoon. Kumusta ka?
Hi, hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. So you're bound for Tokyo tomorrow. So tell us
Yes.
how your life is there. And is Heidi really ready for the Olympics?
Yes, our life is it's good. We're preparing really well, and we're on track. Our progress is really great. We're hitting the numbers and everything we need to do in our preparation towards the Olympics. So everything is on track.
And you're fully vaccinated. I heard that you'd have a series of swab tests, RT-PCR
Yes.
tests when you get there. No, every 2 days ba yun? Every 3 days?
We have 3 consecutive RT-PCR tests.
Grabe, no? Well, let's get it from Sinawaki and Joe. How often do you have those swab tests sa
Mine is
theater?
every day. I have to do it every day before going to work. I've actually just done one already.
Antigen. Okay.
Kami twice a week. So what, like what Joe said, every company kind of has their own way of going and fulfilling the guidelines of Public Health England. So our company, because we're a little smaller, we're already considered a bubble. So we do our tests twice a week. But we sobrang pinagpala kami kasi there are so many other shows that got struck down because one person testing positive, the whole show needs to close. Yeah, so we're literally every day we're so lucky that we haven't gotten shut down because we're a small company, so we don't have like offstage swings. Wala kami lang talaga. So if one goes out, it's a cut show already for us, so it can actually close. So we're very, very fortunate. Our bubble does twice a week testing, and we're lucky that we haven't gotten.
No more interactions with the audience. Di ba yung stage door? Wala nang ganon.
Yeah.
Meron kayo, Joe.
Yeah, that's why we and some of the cast members as well. But we are masked up every time we interact with audience. We're always masked up. And then we take it off once we're on stage. So that's why we have to do the testing every day.
Every day, and it's subsidized by the company.
Yes, subsidized by the company.
Oh, Julius, kayo dyan sa Malaysia, paano? Are you required to take swab tests? Kasi since kayo lang naman, it's your internal training. Okay lang naman kayo, no?
Yeah, I mean when we're training at home, it's fine. But like because with Tokyo, they're so strict. And that's the requirement. And since Malaysia's group 2, which is because their cases are quite high right now, we're required to take these consecutive tests for 3 days before our flight. In the Philippines, it's only two consecutive tests. But for us, it's 3 because of the number of cases have gone up substantially in the last few days, or weeks rather.
I asked them earlier, how has the pandemic affected you? Kayo ni Heidi dyan sa Malaysia.
Well, I mean, like I think the difference is we're together, right, during the pandemic. But even when you're with someone all the time, it's still very exhausting.
Alam ko magkulitan tong dalawa Ibang klase.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like when you're with someone all the time, or when you're away from someone, you just have those quirks, right, or things that you need to adjust to. So. I think that's one of the challenges is when you're with your significant other, but they're also it's your job to work with them.
But you're the coach. You're the parang conditioning coach. So does she follow you all the time, or kahit na kasi you're very strict kayo ni Coach Gao. No, paano yun? Pag kunyari pagod na siya, but you still have to achieve something.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of compromise. We always just try to. We try to meet in between. Like there's times when we won't agree. It's normal. But we always make it a point to, her mental health is important. So of course, like if she can't get her way, we have to find a way to adjust according to what works best for her.
But does it affect the relationship, the dynamics of the relationship, or ikaw na lang magbibigay?
It does. Sometimes things that should be part of the job get brought into the personal life aspect, and it's like you try not, you keep the professionalism there, but sometimes certain things that you do that annoys them kind of gets brought into the relationship thing,
That's
right?
true.
So, yeah.
Well, she's not here yet. While she's there doing her massage, are you gonna propose to her after the games, Olympics?
Noel.
Kasi yun yung original plan, di ba? Parang in the end, win or lose, at least, di ba, love wins. Parang ganon.
I can't answer that right now.
Okay.
Good man.
No, but yun, parang in the end, alam mo pang matagalan naman na to, di ba?
Yeah, I mean, well, we'll see.
Kasi ito, Joe Wax, yung love story nito, nakita sila, magkalaban sila. So weightlift, ibang country yun yung represent niya. Then in the end, in love. Tapos yun nga, Julius had to sacrifice his career and then help Heidi with her dreams. So ang ganda rin ng love story, diba? So yun, but not without a lot of like obstacles and struggles. Yan. So habang wala pa siya. So paano na yun, Julius? How do you like separate yung private life dun sa yung the task of like winning that goal or preparing her for that goal?
Well, for me it's easier. It's a lot easier for me. Yeah, I can separate it pretty well. But athletes, well, especially women athletes, are a lot more emotional. So like you have to have that. You need to have the nurturing aspect of it as well, being a coach. So it always comes down to finding the in-between, right? So you set your limits and your boundaries. I have, of course, have the education from the coaching aspect and also like from the relationship aspect. It's just you have to find that in-between. It's never going to be easy. It never will be.
True.
So, it's just it's
easy is boring.
Yes.
I have so much respect for Julius because every time I coach Adji and when we work out, she hates me. We fight. She hates me when I'm coaching her when we're working out.
Habang wala si Heidi, nakikita ko parang si Julius adjusts kung ano yung gusto ni Heidi. Pero ito, Julius, yung pinakamahirap. In an interview, sa Heidi said, walang sex, ha? The whole training. So wala talaga?
Yeah.
Yun
I have to.
The whole discipline. So, yun talaga, parang yun yung walang physical manifestation. So, paano yun? So, para kayong socially distanced the whole time.
Yeah, we have our own rooms. We make sure that that way we prevent ourselves from making any irrational decisions before the Olympics.
So ano yun? It was a set rule. Kasi si Heidi nagsabi nun, kasama mo si Coach Gao, who's a Chinese coach of Hidilyn. Kasi pati si Jules, at mag-isa siya doon. So, well, ano yun? Parang, who set that rule? Kayo? Dalawa?
Yeah, you can say we both did it. Because, I mean, we have to remember, leading up to Olympics, there's a lot of, back in 2019 to 2020, there was a lot of scrutiny with me being her coach, and so of course we had to make a lot of conscious decisions to ensure that we not only protect our integrity as athletes and professionals, but we had to make a lot of sacrifices to get to where we are.
Ang galing ng ganong disiplina. Ikaw ba, Joe? Kayo may ganong rule, di Faust?
Na
okay, no intimacy pag merong performance, hindi.
Ay, wala kaming ganung rule.
Wala ganun. Wax kayo, medyo mas masungit ngayon si attorney kasi mas busy siya.
Wala ang rule, masungit siya pag pag ayaw ko.
Pag ayaw mo. So pwede pala.
Kailangan meron.
Wow. Kay Joe kasi pwedeng umayaw. kay
Hindi
Faust.
pwede No, but yeah. Well, honestly, it gets really tiring during rehearsals. But then once things kind of settle down, it's good. And it's not, that's what I love about. That's why I'm really thankful for about this lockdown. Is when we get to be with our partners and we're emotionally and physically and just everything intimate with them. And it's really nice when you love your partner and you're best friends with them. And it's just, it's
paano yun? Well, how can you advise kunyari si Julius kasi may power relations, no? Heidi as the athlete, tapos ito yung coach, tapos in a relationship. So how do you maneuver in that kind of a dynamics? Parang ang hirap, Julius, di ba? Buti na lang mabait tong tao.
We shouldn't give Julius advice. Julius should give us advice on how to do that.
Okay, how do you do it? How do you do it, Julius?
Willpower.
Willpower.
It's just, I mean, if you have a goal, right, and it's something as big as like having the country on your shoulders, you have to make those sacrifices. I mean, this is a big feat, right? Yeah, and whether if we're the first or not, or if there's other people, it's okay. The fact of the matter is we've come this far. We put in the work. We've done everything we can, and I think we're ready. We're ready to raise the flag and to raise the country up.
Kailangan kasi kayong tatlo, yun. At least, no, you're able to make our country proud. Yun parang, pero Julius, ano yung realizations nyo about relationships ngayon? Ngayong lockdown at ngayong meron kayong tinatry i-achieve na goal na pwedeng people can learn from?
It's always a choice. You choose to accept the faults. You choose to accept the mistakes, and you choose to better yourself. It's always going to be a teamwork. It's always going to be a teamwork. Whether if you're a coach or the athlete, or if you're just boyfriend girlfriend, it's always going to be. It's going to be like a puzzle. You always put the pieces together to be complete, and it takes time. So it's really about having the choice and making the choice to continue to work with each other and continue to accept each other's faults. That makes sense.
Galing. Joe, kayo naman ibang klase. No? It's Faust that fuels your fire. Tipong gano'n, di ba? Parang siya yung tipong, okay, Joe, you can do this. Parang, kasi sometimes...
He motivates well, that's for sure. I mean,
diba?
It causes me distress. But yeah, he motivates well. But I think it's important to listen to what the other person has to say.
That's true. What they're saying and what they're not saying also, no?
Exactly. Yeah. And Faust always reminds me to be kind because we were so set in our ways. Before we met each other, we were so set in our ways that I can just do what I want.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas now we have to kind of compromise because we have each other. And I think it's important also to have respect for each other.
Ang ganda. Kasi now parang you're not only thinking of yourself, yun talaga, you're carrying on the life of another person. Parang partnership, actually, isa lang kayo dapat.
And you have to work on it. That's for sure.
Wax kayo, yun kanya, lalo na kayo, naranasan niya talaga yung depression because of yung nawala yung dad ni Adj. Parang, kind of give and take talaga, no? Parang, if it meant like giving up part of your dream, kung kinailangan yung uuwi ka rin talaga.
Yeah, I think I was always more than ready to do that. Like, with everything, I always told Adji that she was on top of my biggest dreams. She was more of my priority over my biggest dreams.
Yeah.
And inversely, she said that I was on top of everything that she wanted. So it's a weird paradox because you need to lean on each other, and when you are willing to sacrifice your deepest desires for the person that you really love, I think that's when your biggest dreams actually come true. So that's when things happen, at least for us.
Natatawa si Julius kasi siya yung nag-sacrifice. Julius, go! Can you tell us your experience? Iba yung sa'yo, no? He left Hawaii. No, was it Hawaii? Guam. He left Guam for Heidi. As in totally abandoned his dreams of becoming a internationally known weightlifter. What made you decide to do that, Julius? To, like, let go of your dreams, your personal dreams.
Well, I always wanted to represent my country in the Olympics, but I realized that it wasn't feasible because of unforeseen circumstances. So I realized, like, aside from being an athlete, aside from being an athlete, I was pretty good at coaching. So I realized, like, maybe this is my chance to turn the page in my life and to kind of develop that one aspect which I'm really good at and make it even better. And realizing this goal and trying to achieve it, it takes that time and effort and just the challenges, because I knew if I stayed home, Guam is a small island, and we're very fortunate, to be in Guam, good life, pretty good life, and I wanted to experience these struggles and challenges because I didn't want to get complacent. So that's kind of why I had, gave up everything to kind of make this journey more interesting. And of course, it was never going to be easy, so this is kind of the reason why I did that. Just wanted to have challenges in my life and to achieve a really tough goal for the country.
Ibang klase rin yung dynamic. So at least, no, na-set yung goals niyo, alam niyo yung gaya niyong gawin, but then it's a support. So economically now, at least parang you're okay, no? Joe, at least kumikita and meron kayong ipon, parang and eventually ano yan, yung the whole concept that God will provide, or parang at least kayo naman mismo, you're secure that with your talents and with what you can give to the world, it will all come back to you. Okay naman, no?
Yes. Yeah. You're talking about that aspect?
Yes. Kasi Faust kasi parang, okay, he can spend for what he wants. Ganun yung good life na nakita nyo. At saka hindi naman kayo maluhod, di ba? It's just a traveling.
Of course, we love our travels, but we can't now. We're Faust is doing well despite the pandemic, actually, because he's working from home.
Correct.
Designing for a TV show in so designing for the set. And I'm doing this, so that aspect is okay.
Yes.
Just visiting our families back in the US and in Canada. Cannot do that right now.
Yun yung mahirap. Now let's talk about it, Joe. I saw your pictures before you went to, before nag-UK ka. Parang how was it? Parang seeing your folks for nang matagal mong hindi nakita.
Last time I saw them was 2020 when we got married in Canada.
Yeah.
Last year. We are in constant contact through Zoom.
Okay.
Or FaceTime.
Okay.
But of course it's different because my parents are not young anymore.
That's true.
I love to spend time with them at some point. So we're trying to sort out our schedules, as long as the hard thing is trying to schedule a trip there, without having to quarantine or without having to
yes.
That's what's tough because at the moment some of the borders are still closed, and some of them are closed, like if you're traveling from the UK. We don't know what's gonna happen. We're just constantly trying to monitor, yung mga things na ganun.
Pero grabe, no, naging creative na yung mga tao, mag-Zoom meeting ka, or talaga napapadalas yung video calls. So
and they've developed different skills na, not just what they do. So people have been studying and which is great.
Yes, because they have to keep their minds and their bodies busy also. No, kasi kung wala yan, parang yung kawalan ng productivity also hits them. Yun
I agree.
How, Julius, paano ikaw? Your folks in Guam?
They're doing good. They have their second dose already, so they're doing quite good. I have a sister in Seattle, and she's doing fine. She's doing fine. They actually recently visited Guam. Actually, Guam is already opening up. They're like everything is back to normal.
Sana ganun din dito, pero hindi eh. So what, ikaw naman, your parents, yun, iba rin yung dynamic sa family niyo, no? Parang, well, at least you were able to come here last year, pero yun, how often do you like speak with them?
They actually still gather weekly. They still do the Sunday lunches. I communicate like this via Zoom, via call. It's a little bittersweet because like we would like want to travel back home freely. Pero ngayon pag mag-iisip ka lang palang on how to travel, there's just so much stuff now to consider, and it's hard. But
and the resources you spend sa hotel na dapat spend mo na sa bahay with your folks, no? So, well, how will that be? How will your Christmas be like? You won't be coming home.
I've actually missed 3 Christmases already because I was here. But yeah, I guess that's kind of like the norm already. We hopefully when things really start to open up and we would be able to travel. Pero yung mother-in-law ko kasi, Mommy Aji, really wants to come. Really wants to come and visit, and after everything that happened last year, we would really love for her to stay with us for a bit and just to travel. Because she still can. She's so strong, and it's exciting for her. So hopefully, when tourism is allowed again from the Philippines to the UK, and freely, so she'll come in and see us.
Yung sukatan natin ng mga mabait na tao, na parang we taking care of our parents also. Joe, kayo paano na? I'm expecting you to be here by October. You were supposed to be in a teleserye already. She was supposed to be in a teleserye, pero yun nga parang South Pacific came. Pero yun, there's work waiting for you here. Inassure naman ako that you'll have work.
I'm so happy that people still remember me. That there was work for me there.
Yes.
So yeah, I'm very I feel very blessed in that way. But yeah, I will be there after South Pacific, that's for sure. We need to sort out a few things because my mom also wants to celebrate her birthday there, so we might
buti naman.
Spend time with them, especially Christmas time.
Yeah.
In the Philippines. Hopefully it'll be safe for them to do that.
Sana talaga. So Faust will be here earlier.
No. We're going there.
Sabay kayong dalawa. Okay, at least now. Now we have our Olympian, Heidi, after the massage. Heidi, binenta ka na ni Julius dito. So, hello. So before you leave for Japan tomorrow, kumusta?
Doing good naman, sir. Sa ngayon, nandito kami sa clinic. Kakatapos lang magpa PT saka sports massage. Then, medyo kahapon kinakabahan kasi nga nag-PCR test tapos nakita na yung results, so sabi ko okay na pero may kaba pa rin kasi syempre pagdating sa Japan ang test din namin everyday din eh,
ibang
so parang everyday yung anxiety nandun pa rin. Sabi ko maging kampante lang ako pag natapos na yung laro.
Pero Heidi, paano mo sinaspsych up yung sarili mo? Kasi dapat warrior mode ka, beast mode ka, yung sa isip mo, no? A lot of mind control. Yung napaka-sweet at napaka-frail tingnan ng liit-liit na babae, pero carrying that whole weight. At yung weight na expectation ng mga tao. Are you ready for the Tokyo Olympics?
Yes, sir. I'm ready already. Kasi syempre 5 years na din ako nag-prepare. Then I have people beside me and behind me na tumutulong sa akin na ginawang madali itong journey towards Olympics na hindi ko inakala na magkakatotoo na kasi nga last
minute pa mawawala.
Gumuho ang mundo ko. Pero buti lang tuloy na ngayon, di pa rin ako makapaniwala. Days na lang at sa Sunday pupunta na kami, pero ayun nga, iba pa rin kung preparado ka, matuloy o hindi. Ang importante, prepared tayo at emotionally and physically prepared po ako.
Question kay-
spiritually.
Good. At yun, sinagot ni na Joanna at saka ni Joaquin, no? Kumusta yung pamilya mo dito? Kasi parang sila din, hindi na bumabata yung mga magulang natin. They're checking up on their parents, on their families. Kumusta sila sa Zamboanga?
Yung nanay, tatay ko, okay naman po. Syempre ako, namimiss ko na sila. Sila din, namimiss na din nila ako. Namimiss ko na din mga pamangkin ko. Ayun nga, sabi ko, ang haba-haba na ng panahon na hindi ko sila kasama. Birthday, Mother's Day, Father's Day. Pero ang maganda naman, yung health nila okay naman. So, hopefully pag uwi, makapag-celebrate ng birthday ng nanay ko. And hoping na may time with them after pag-uwi.
That's true. Taking off from that, what do you miss dito sa Pilipinas?
Sorry.
Ayan. Sige. Ayan. Ano yung nami-miss mo dito sa Pilipinas, Wax?
Ako?
Yeah, yes.
Yung pagkain, and just being able to see like friends and a lot of family that I'm familiar with.
I-on mo yan, Heidi. Si Heidi kasi nami-miss din niya yung pagkain, but you cook there, no?
Yeah.
Sino siya? Nagluluto rin kayo dyan, pero wala kayong mga adobo kasi steak kayo, Wax, di ba? Pero si Heidi, nagtatry siyang maglutong ng Pilipino, di ba, Julius? You can turn on your, i-unmute nyo. Pero yun, parang nagtatry kang magluto para sa team mo dyan, Heids, di ba?
Nagluluto po ako, tinola. Pero ngayon medyo hindi na. Pero nagluluto po ako ng tinola, adobo, ng ano pa ba? Marami eh. Pero hindi ko maluto yung kare-kare.
Mahirap naman talaga yun.
I want sisig.
Sisig, okay. Parang yun eh. Kasi parang you approximate yung taste of home. Joe, kayo dyan. Si Faust kasi yung nagluluto.
Yes. Pero hindi siya magluto ng Pinoy food.
Ano yan? So,
yeah,
fish and chips, mga ganun kayo.
Mga hilig sa Italian. Like pasta, he cooks that. He makes a lot of chicken.
Okay.
Yes. Pero I miss Filipino food. I miss mostly in the Philippines yung mga yung pag merong nasa Pilipinas ka. Ito na obvious sa akin every time I go home. Laging nakasmile ang mga Pinoy. It doesn't matter whether they're struggling. Yun yung nakakamiss.
That's true. Pero dyan ba wala? hindi humingiti sa yung mga tao kasi I see naman sa Malaysia yung mga tao, baka sa Asians, no? Sa Malaysia naman they're warm to you, di ba, Julius and Heidi? Oo eh. So yung
mababait sila.
Oo eh. Pero uso ba dyan sa UK, for example, yung bigayan ng ulam, yung ayuda nga?
Hindi.
Ay, hindi. So walang ganun. So Wax, wala. So your bread, yung bread mo, yung steak mo sa'yo lang.
Oh,
Bigay sa kapitbahay.
yung bread na actually binigyan ko ng yung kapitbahay namin, binigyan namin ng bread once. Pero syempre, you know what I mean, it's hard, it's different. Tama si Joey. You know what? Funny story, when Angie went to get her second dose of the vaccine, she was in a place where it was all like East Asian and Southeast Asian girls. And she just felt, it was so nice to see people who looked like me and they were all smiling at each other. Just because on that fact na magkamukhaan tayo. Ang ganda rin ng feeling na yun.
That's true. Ang galing.
I have Pinoys in the cast, ha? There are Pinoys in the cast.
Iroy, Rachel.
So okay na may mga Pinoy, di ba? So, pero hindi kayo nabibigayan ng ulam. Walang gano'n.
Nabibigayan kami.
Nabibigayan amongst Filipinos. Heidi, kayo, may mga Pinoy dyan sa Malaysia?
Sa KL po, may mga Pinoy. Kaso nung dito na kasi sa Malacca, wala. So, medyo malungkot. Walang kausap
probinsya
na
kasi sila eh. Oo.
Yes,
Pero
po.
dahil probinsya kayo, mas safe kayo kasi kukonti yung cases, di ba, ng COVID.
Totoo po. Mas safe po.
Yun yun talaga yung pinagbago ng lahat. Anyway, yun we're closing this episode, drawing a lot of like really inspiration from your life there para kayo mga OFWs talaga. Actually ganun yung feeling. OFW naman talaga kayo. So, Wax, what can people learn from your life there? We're proud
Alam
of
mo,
you. Kahit naka-briefs ka, kahit naka-underwear ka gabi-gabi, at pinapalakpakan ka during curtain call, at least mo yun, no? Okay.
Buti hindi pa ako nagkakasakit, no? Just to keep hoping, you know what? That's what really got us through the lockdown. There's no choice. There's no other choice but to know that there's gonna be a light at the end of the tunnel. And sometimes you feel like it's so far away, but just keep walking. And that's what got us through, knowing na may katapusan na rin tong pandemya na to. Hindi to matagal. It's not gonna be permanent. None of this is permanent. So if you keep hoping, then you're gonna start creating and start living your life.
It's a mindset. It's really mind conditioning. So Julius, ikaw naman, what kept you through? And what can people learn from your experience away from home?
I think what kept me through was the drive to continue to be better. I always believe in trying to better myself, whether it be through coaching or whether it be through my filmmaking or whether it be through my weightlifting. I want to reach self-actualization. I want to transcend, and going through this pandemic just allowed me to realize that I can do more, even though we're confined into our houses. Yes, with all these limitations. But
galing, no? Mas laban. Hides, ikaw, ano yung dapat makuhang inspirasyon ng mga tao sa pinagdaanan mong buhay na hindi madali, no? Lalo na sa lockdown? No, you unmute lang. Ay, yeah,
okay, hello.
Yeah.
Nung lockdown, na-realize ko na
Oh. Yes, Hides. Oh.
As an athlete, hindi pwedeng mag-give up. Siguro yung ibibigay ko rin na nakikinig kayo na wag give up sa pangarap nila, sa buhay nila. Keep on moving, keep on going. Kaya nila yan. Gaya ko as an athlete, patuloy pa rin. Kahit mahirap yung sitwasyon, ngayon nasa pandemic tayo, tuloy pa rin ang laban, tuloy pa rin ang training. Hanggang sa makamit natin ang yung dream natin. Hanggang sa maging okay ang lahat.
Ay, nako. Joe, ikaw.
Huwag sumuko.
Huwag susuko at yan. Tuloy-tuloy, Joe, from South Korea, from Korea to UK, and you get to compare. Parang, bakit itong mga bansang ito nakakaya nila na maging active yung theater at bumalik yung mga industries, no?
Kaya natin all over the world.
Yeah.
Just discipline, really. Mindset, discipline. Well, you were asking me about how to keep going.
Yeah.
I think it's important to communicate, making sure that we communicate with our loved ones, with people who are distressed, with people who are struggling right now. Constant communication is important, I find.
Yes. And then, let's end this with the hope for the country, Joe. Much of it really is parang, it's outside looking in. You, Filipinos pa rin, pero nakikita niyo yung sitwasyon dito. What's your prayer and hope for the country?
I always pray na sana maging better in a lot of ways.
That's true.
Not just for our industry, but ang daming dapat ipagdasal.
Totoo.
I won't go into it because it's too many to mention.
Yeah.
But I'm just hoping and praying for our country.
Na parang kung mahal tayo ng Diyos, please, no?
Mahal tayo ng Diyos, definitely. At saka na, sana mag-isip din tayo ng mabuti, mag-research tayo ng mabuti. Magkaroon tayo ng mga leaders na talagang may malasakit sa atin.
Totoo. And eventually, tayo rin na magde-decide nun. Julius, ikaw, well, you're away from home, but then you see the situation of the Filipinos and the Philippines. What's your hope for the country?
I hope that we can win its first gold medal, and of course overcome all of the financial and economic stresses that the pandemic brought about.
Mm. That's true. Heidi, ikaw, yan na, parang hinihintay ng mga tao. So, pag sports, nagkakaisa tayo at least, no? Parang ganon, no? Pero sana sa lahat, hindi lang sa sports. So, Heids, what's your hope for the country and prayer for the country? At lalo, no, your hopes are here.
Siguro, ang hope ko na sana ma-address natin na maayos ang problema natin ngayon, lalong-lalo na ngayon, nasa pandemic tayo.
Yeah.
Then, isa din sa, siguro, sana mas marami pang mag-register para bumoto, para maging, alam mo yung, maging part tayo ng, para mas may, may
Bosses.
rights tayo. Oo,
Yeah.
mas may bosses tayo.
That's true. And thank you for inspiring people to do that. No, Wax, ikaw. You see the situation, masyado kang open. Actually, medyo muted ka ngayon sa Facebook sa pagre-react sa mga nangyayari. Dati kasi you'd really express your Pero
Yeah.
from someone from outside looking in, what's your prayer?
Wala na. I haven't been on Facebook since January. I was out of Facebook. That was my Lenten sacrifice, and I'm so happy. My prayer is to like what Joe said, is to just connect and keep communicating with each other. Because I think, yes, it's tough times, and yes, we are not being led in the most ideal way by people that we trusted, but we only have each other. We really only have each other, and register to vote, pick the right people, and more than that, I think it's not. Tama ka yung sinabi mo with Charlie and Elijah kanina na parang tayo lang talaga to eh. Whoever's gonna be there in power and in position will still not be enough. It's gonna come down to us, to all of us together, to work together.
Tama yan, ha? Tayo lang sa hulit-huli sa grand finals. Kung hindi man grand yun, basta sa grand finals tayo magkakasama. And we're really proud of you, of all of you. Joe, congratulations sa South Pacific. And yun, sana pagbalik nyo dito ni Faust, it will be a better Philippines already. And we're so ready for you. You have to greet some friends waiting for your greeting. Yeah.
Yes.
So,
to the people who have been following me and supporting me, thank you so much. And we have the names here.
Okay. Yung follower from the States na talagang avid.
Lynn Bacos.
Yes.
Garcia from Bataan.
From Bataan, taga-Bataan sila na nasa States, hindi rin sila nagkikita dahil nga because of the pandemic. And some other friends here in the Philippines, Celia Diaz Laurel, I know Wax, you were also like with her sa Repertory Philippines, and a lot of people passing really passing on, pero yun talaga, we feel for the families. And yun, parang the Delta virus is here in the Philippines, and yung may local transmission. So we just have to pray for each other. But like, thank you for making us proud na despite the pandemic, parang nandun may nagtatayo ng bandera ng Pilipinas. Julius, you have to greet some people here in the Philippines na matagal mong hindi nakikita at magpapasalamat din siguro.
I guess to everyone who's been supporting Team HD and who's on Team HD, thank you guys for always believing in us and what we're trying to do for the country. I want to pray for them, and also my family who I in the Philippines, who I've not connected with in a long time, even though I was in the Philippines. I will pray for them.
Hides, ikaw, ang tanong ng mga tao after, siguro of course we're expecting your victory in Japan, in Tokyo. After that, what will you do? Will you take a break? Wala daw SEA Games. Nakita mo, sinabi na wala SEA Games.
After SEA Games, may SEA Games po pero next year. So tuloy-tuloy pa rin yung training. Then magte-training ako for World Championship para tuloy-tuloy pa rin. Pero syempre after Olympics, pahinga days maybe sa quarantine, then training ulit. Tapos nag-aaral din ako. Hopefully, after Olympics,
no?
toga na.
Toga na. So,
Diploma na. Yeah,
Good.
graduation na. Then, gusto ko magpasalamat sa lahat ng mga Pilipino na sumusuporta sa akin. Sa'yo, sir, sa Team HD, sa private sponsor, sa
I saw your greeting kay MVP. It was heartfelt.
Yeah. So, ang laki ng pagpapasalamat ko kay MVP sa binigay niyang tiwala sa amin.
Yeah. So we're ready and we'll actually be glued watching you on the 26th, no? Tama ba yun?
Sir. 26
sa Olympic. Sa 26, July 26. Wax, go. Kahit naka-underwear ka or kahit nakadamit ka doon, okay? Yun, we're really proud. Sana huwag ka lang magkakasakit at kasi Aji huwag magkakasakit. Any other final message or people you have to greet here?
Alam mo, naka-proud talaga dito yung mga I during the course of the show, people have reached out in my time here in the UK. People from the NHS, nurses, Filipino nurses from the NHS that have really, sila talaga yung nagwawagayway ng bandera natin and representing the country so well throughout this whole pandemic. So yeah, shout out to all the Filipinos in the NHS. Galing. Salamat.
Galing, no? Yung strength ng sabi nga ni Joe, parang hindi mo rin makikita yun sa ibang lahi. Yung trying to smile despite, no, the adversity, despite the pandemic. And that's what we lift each other up kahit na anong pinagdadaanan natin. Pero sana we get that strength also as a nation. Yun yung kulang talaga sa atin. We're thinking about ourselves individually, how we can advance and represent, and you're doing that well, representing the country. Pero ang mas maganda yata to look beyond ourselves. Kasi yun yung kulang natin, our sense of nation. And thank you for setting that tone because of that inspiration in the arts, as Joaquin and Joe are doing, and in sports, as Julius and Hidilyn are doing. Parang at least may rallying point. Kasi kung hindi natin makita sa politics yung leaders natin, at least merong nag-i-inspire sa atin in different fields. And then, yes, art is essential, culture is essential, sports is essential. So parang, kasi na-sidetrack lahat yan eh. Sa pandemic, parang, it was just health, tama naman, and politics, the nahaluan ng politics. But in the end, what humanizes us are the things that we do. So thank you. I miss all of you. Wax and Aji, Heidi and Julius, Faust and Joe. Alam niyong mahal ko kayo, nami-miss ko kayo. And this is one whole episode when I said, kailangan tayong mag-update and people learning from your experience. If there's anything, we're waiting for you here. At kung hindi man, keep making us proud. Yun. Thank you.
Thank you, Noel, for having that voice also.
Thank you.
You're such a leader.
Thank you.
We miss you.
Naghihintay dito ang yung face shield. Whether may gamit siya o hindi, nakasave yung face shield niyo dito.
Yes. Thank you for that.
Thank you. We'll see you and we'll keep praying for you. Maraming salamat. We love you. Thank you.
See you soon.
Salamat.
Bye.
Thank you. Hi. Miss ko kayo.
Ulit kang nagplano. Level up. Paulit-ulit.
Di kailanman mapipigilan pagbuhos ng ulan. Bubuhay sadyang ganyan.
At kaya ng papago-pagong pag-ihip ng hangin. Lahat ay lilipas at magsasalita.
Huwag kang mabahala,
Huwag mataranta, hindi kailangan ang mag-alilangan pa.
Isipin mo laging nandito lamang ang aking balikat, sa'yo'y nakaabang.
Asahan mo, hindi ka iiwan sa mundo. Lahat may hangganan, asahan mo. Wala nang atrasan sa iyong bawat hakbang na pupuntahan. Pangako kailanman, agad akong nandyan. Sang tawag mo
At tuwing nagdidilim ang langit, di ba't nagpapakita ang buwan hanggang mag-umaga na naman.
Tara't hintayin na natin magsikat ng iyong araw hanggang sa magliwanag muli ang lahat. Asahan mo, hindi ka iiwan sa mundo. Lahat may hangganan, asahan mo. Wala nang atrasan sa iyong bawat hakbang na pupuntahan. Pangako kailanman, agad akong nandyan. Sang tawag mo asahan mo, hindi ka iiwan sa mundo. Lahat may hangganan, asahan mo. Wala nang atrasan sa iyong bawat hakbang na pupuntahan. Pangako kailanman, agad akong nandyan. Sang tawag mo sang tawag mo
All caps, mga Atenista! It's time to level up! Your top variety program showcasing the best in media and other fields. As we feature the most loved personalities and the best practices of what we truly refer to as Magis. Together with multi-awarded multimedia guru Mr. Noel Ferrer, let's all level up every Fridays from 3 to 6 p.m. here on radyo-katipunan 87.9 FM. Radyo-katipunan. News, insights, inspiration. Radyo-katipunan. Down from the hill and down to the world. Radyo-katipunan. The voice of the Blue Eagle.